Everyone, and welcome to Failed Save. My name is Vince Casso, and I'm a full-grown manflower. Still my Twitter bio for now. This is episode 3 of season 6, and it's titled The Problem. This show uses the D&D 5e game system in my homebrew setting, Boros, and is completed by a wonderful cast of adventurers, sadly down one Irishman. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Effie, your Kalishtar wizard. I use any pronouns. Effie uses she, her pronouns. That's it. I got them backwards.
No, you nailed it.
I mean, still accurate.
Just gaslight the audience. You did it right. Get it right. Get it right.
Get it tight. Hi, I'm Gina.
Bubba Sparks in the club.
I'm Vivo, and I am here playing Popula, former Faye, whose husband is not here at the table anymore. Faye engagement broken. And we'll both use she, her pronouns.
Nice.
I'm just an artificer now.
Oh, wow.
It's okay.
You're perfect.
I know, I'm perfect.
Hi, I'm Renaissance baby with an adult painted face, Maria Iyengar. Playing Kai, your changeling bard. My pronouns are she, her, Kaiser, whatever we feel in the moment. We ball.
Hey, I'm Xander Genre playing Kettle, the Water Genasi barbarian detective. And you'll find we both use he, him pronouns and are very spring-like. It's everywhere.
Oh.
And I am Kaylee Bray, playing Ella Britt, your Total Death Cleric. Both of us use she, her pronouns.
Now, we left all of you in a field. After an SUV you were driving...
You found your way back to the studio. I don't know who gave you the address or how you got the blindfold off. I just airdropped you and then followed that.
On my iPad?
However, so when your fantasy SUV wrecked,
What
you were all
happened while I was gone?
You were all upended, ass over tea kettle into a field. Kai was there the whole time.
Perfect.
So you know all of this.
Yeah, of course.
However, the energies of the Fae are always in flux, and right now in this moment, they've affected you all in profound and new ways, because our last episode, y'all hit the goal and have triggered the Fae incarnations of all of our players here. We're going to go down the line, and they're going to tell us what we see and what they have become.
What incarnation?
You held prolonged eye contact when you were like, we're gonna describe what they have become. I was like, shit, that means I'm first. Shit, that means I'm first.
Yeah.
Teeing you up.
Look away.
Yeah, never make eye contact with the teacher.
What we're going to do next. Effie stands traditionally, because it's also been a while since we've described exactly what she looks like, with her soft brown hair. She has generally very soft features. All of her clothing falls to pretty much a neutral, except for the rainbow underlay of her hair. And the first thing that you notice is in the off-white blouse that she wears, slightly covered by the jacket, you start to see a little bit of flame. And she starts trying to pat at it really quick because she thinks her outfit has caught fire. And she's terrified, and it burns a little fiery heart just directly over her heart into her outfit, as it kind of spreads down and pulls into more shades from the light tans and beiges to warm oranges and yellows, and it's so much more vibrant than it was before. And she kind of looks up and pushes her hair back, hoping it doesn't catch on the flame. And the shades in her hair turn to more reds. Just in the underlay still, it's still covered by her light brown, and her eyes flicker with a little bit more of a yellowish color than it did before, as she gives a panicked look to Kai.
You look great. I don't know what's happening. I love you, you're fine.
Oh, and you can see the little heart on her chest actually rise in its flame a little bit when you say I love you.
Hold on. Guy's great, new game. I think you're really pretty.
Stop it! Hold on. No, I think that's dangerous.
No.
It doesn't hurt, but I feel like it should.
I want to hug you a lot right now. And then I
She
whisper
ties
a
her
bunch
hair
of
back.
inappropriate shit in your ear just to see everyone else see that a heart.
You can see like
absolutely flavor.
smoke
Yeah.
from the like visible heart on her chest.
You've been neglecting your squire duties. Does it get smaller?
100%. It just extinguishes a little bit.
I also love how that was said in character as well.
Oh,
It's
wow.
fantastic.
Yeah. That's
Your
the
heart
game loss. Your
extinguished
heart.
2 sizes that day.
And Effie has taken on the persona of the Summer Wilds, embracing the fire of the Summer Wilds as like an antithesis to her sometimes meek and softness and her boldness she wears in her heart.
Oh, your heart's on your sleeve now.
And
I don't remember where I erupted from in the car crash. Was I in the front seat or
you're all
the back?
smattered about.
We're smattered about?
You were in the bed of the truck. It was a pickup truck, that's right. You were in the bed with your
what?
sister.
I was in the back.
Yeah.
Or I was in the front, right?
Oh no, wait a minute.
You
You were in the car.
I was in the car. No.
Yes,
My
because
they engaged was the car because he
just
could
watching
carve
the
for
recap?
me.
was he in the car?
He's the car.
Oh.
Rickard's the car.
Because remember,
I just remember
his
the jokes
wheels
of
flew
opening the
off
window
we
and
went,
what part that is.
Rickard,
That's right.
Rickard was the
You
truck.
remind me of the
Rickard
car.
was the truck, totally.
Rickard's wheels flew off, and we were so excited to find out what part was the wheels.
And then we
How
had to go
about
find
you?
Incredible.
It was just boots.
Yeah, we
I should have taken his hands and feet.
You should have.
Yeah. No, that's on me. That's on
Walking
me.
on nose.
Okay. As we learned last week, we all remember.
Last week.
Last week. Yeah, this is episode 3, everybody. It has
We've made
been.
pretty good progress.
Yeah. So she had embraced her and discovered her inner child, lost the baby thing that we found, and basically reclaimed some of her humanity that had been carved out for some fae. And it made her hair like a very deep black, and her eyes went to, I believe, like a gray blue instead of a yellow. And her skin lost all of her freckles, and basically anything Summer touched sort of seemed to fade away from her. And then she met her sister, who looked a lot like what Papala did look like. And so as she's standing up, after and kind of instinctually goes to like retie what she normally has, which was like that messy ponytail up bun, but Little Spoon gave her like choppy little long bob. Ooh. And so she kind of goes and then grabs her hair and kind of does that thing where you start to feel that you don't have hair anymore, and it starts to feel very strange, but in a fun way, as she's just sort of catching herself, and as she keeps touching it, every time she wipes her hand past her hair, you start to see blue roots grow as she gets like hot roots of this bright blue that then sort of simmers through the tips as it fades from blue to a sort of deep auburn, so it still has that sort of dark shade, and the tips remain black.
And it's in a bob, I imagine it's like a wet bob.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like,
It's all
Yeah.
slicked back, so you just see this like slight little darker flame. And every time,
It's always you.
and as she looks up to make eye contact and make sure everyone's okay, she kind of it feels like she put her nose next to some soda, as just a few more blue and red and pink freckles
glitter her cheeks and her eyes glow. They keep that blue that were hers, and they shine like the hottest part of the flame.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's very cool.
And Chimera.
So
What do we
fun.
see?
Delightful. So I would like to remind everyone that Kai is a changeling and can look however they want. So I think the main difference now is that when Kai changes her form, especially when she's going back to her sort of neutral changeling form, it's no longer just this sort of like loss, this desaturation of pigment, but she literally like frosts over. And yeah, nothing physically about her changes in her form, except now, my favorite thing in the world about like really cold is that it kills smell. So I think Kai no longer smells like anything.
Ooh.
And
Kai doesn't smell anymore. Before?
yeah,
Kai was
good.
rank.
There we go. We've solved problems. And I think Kai's not cold to the touch, leaning more into the winter fae-ness of her. But wherever she lingers, the cold comes with her. So wherever she is, like, it's like if the AC was on like a little too long and getting a little cold in the studio.
Hey, yeah, for the same reason, I am also of the Winter Court. So I feel you.
Honestly, me too.
I feel great.
Me too, bud.
I'm wearing too little clothing for this.
You could wear less.
yeah. That's the general goal.
Failed safe after dark.
It is.
Only Patreon now. Failed safe. You could wear less.
Hey, Cattle, what's up over there?
Yeah. So ever since entering into the spring realm, Kettle has had like a visceral physical reaction. It has manifested so far in this like allergy sort of symptom. And then he's had carbonation, and there's been a pink hue about him this whole time. And I think after this accident where he has to really reassemble the pieces of him because he's splattered everywhere.
Oh, yes, you're just gooshed. Just everywhere.
He said splattered.
Splattered.
Yeah, but then it
I
got
want
worse
that
because I heard he got gooched.
Yes, I did say that.
I heard splooshed.
That's
Like
better.
it's like popping a Jello shot balloon. You're all over the place.
No, it's not.
Keep talking.
I have to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kettle's had to do some self-reflection as he puts himself back together. And putting the core of himself back together, being affected like this, Kettle realizes that the core, the teachings that he has, it was that Do Spring Bloom was evil and that the entire Spring Court needed to be punished for what they did to Yasmin and the family that grew Kettle, essentially.
You almost said brew cattle, but that was also right.
Yeah,
That's true. That happened.
Kettle is an IPA.
Yeah. Fermented.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
So, taking that apart and really examining what that means, Kettle now realizes that he's been a part of the Spring Wild the whole time. And this whole court that he was taught by his family to hate, like that main part of himself, maybe he's coming to terms with it. But he belongs here. And he can find a place. But he remains pink.
The real spring was inside us all along.
What shade?
I like this, like the dusky rose.
Yeah.
rose.
Yeah, I got some depth to
Yeah.
it.
And then I reversed the shirt because it's reversible.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what about Ella?
I mean, Ella, she doesn't have a whole lot of visual changes. As the light catches her skin, occasionally you can see almost like a opalescent, but like more like burnished, like coppery effect, as opposed to her like more like deep green.
Hell
And then the only other change is around her neck is a charm that looks like a leaf without without like the actual like cellulose on it. It's just the little like veins of it.
The lattice.
A lattice just
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Pour one out. Beautiful.
Dr. Pepper for the homie.
But friends, yes.
What about our thruple member?
Oh yeah, what about
What is
Kisan?
Kisan?
Well, Kisan, of course.
Who did you think that was gonna be?
Rickard.
Anthony.
Oh.
Yeah. Come on.
What is he allergic to?
Don't you start. Okay, so with Kisan, you actually notice. What? Oh. You notice something interesting about Kisan as he stands up, though. And for a moment, he flashes into a very traditionally looking winter court kind of appearance. But then it's summer. But then it's autumn. But then it's spring. And he begins to just like kaleidoscope.
He's the avatar.
He begins to kaleidoscope through all of them before it settles back with a snap into his ordinary form, his ordinary appearance, the one he had before the car crash, and he just burps and seems to like regain his composure. However, before we continue that scene, I've been remiss, chap, because I gotta tell you about our dono tiers. And they're pretty hot shit this week, so here we go. I'd like you all to remember that you at home have a paramorial amount of influence over our story. We have a series of donation tiers allowing you to do everything, including banking up rerolls, which many of you already had, and they will be very useful in this session, so thank you for that. You can also provide a character with essentially an IOU from the Fae that we're calling a Fae favor, which can be cashed in with any Fae entity for an unusual favor or banked up for a major favor later in the season. Yes, Abria.
Come on, we all together. A
Favor.
Yep.
Okay, we can all cash in on each other too, honestly. We're all Fae now.
Yeah.
You can also activate a The Office style confessional camera for one of our many PCs or NPCs, or trigger a Make It Dad, where a PC, NPC, or thing becomes completely dad. And for our top, don't do this.
I want to be dad.
I want to be dad.
I want to be dad.
I'm already dad.
And for our top tier, you can trigger a Fantasy Freaky Friday, where any two characters of your choice will swap minds. Plus, if we hit our goal for tonight, we will bring back the orphanage, giving our party
The strip club?
That's right.
The strip
giving
club called the
orphanage.
Please
And
bring
all-
them back.
And all of the strippers are all
Oh my
wait,
god.
They will all survive. Providing
Now you
our
have to make me dad.
providing our party with another venue of their very own.
Only
'Cause
you
y'all
can
will
prevent
own it.
all of the orphans from being dead.
But for now, it's time for a story. We have resolved the situation of the new Fae courts, the new appearances, the new look you're all rocking right now as you've
Season 3 looks.
as you've allied yourselves with the various dimensions of the Fae, picking yourselves up from the truck crash. You notice as Rickard is kind of hobbling about his immediate area, picking up his hands and feet. And
What? Oh god.
So wait, is he numbing?
Is he?
Are we numbing, my dude?
What's happening?
What is happening?
Did he lose his hands and feet?
I'm gonna give him the nubs. I'm gonna give him the nubs.
No!
Mostly because he's not here, and it's very funny.
You're retroactively taking his hands and feet?
He got up and then they fell off. It's one of those things like how it hurts more
It's okay.
later.
It's okay. I can fix him.
Well, hold on before
I've
you
said
even
that
say
before.
that.
I can fix him.
You don't want to fall in that trap.
He can
please.
still be my fiance. I
know.
can fix
Look,
him.
the accent is very convincing, but you can't be out here saying that you can fix him. Really,
However-
they really need to work on fixing themselves for you.
Yes.
Before you can even attempt to fix this poor nubbed man, you notice as he hunches over and energies of the Fae encircle him, sparkling
I was
lights.
gonna throw up. No, thank you.
The
Please.
sparkling lights enshroud the man, and he curls up into like a little pillbug pod, like a little chrysalis, and poof, just thumps onto the ground.
He's even better.
What?
Are you okay? I'll ask the pill bug.
It just pills.
Hey, we feeling
We pilling, my dude? We pilling?
I'm happy right now.
Did he die?
I can tell you. I'm going to choose doing this accent a little bit when I get happy.
Yeah. Oh wait, you know what he's thinking.
I do.
What's he thinking?
What's he thinking?
Oh, what are
Say it
pill
in his
thoughts?
voice.
What are pill thoughts?
Not bug thoughts.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in his little pill bug form.
They're called roly-polies, and we have to talk about it.
It's true, you're right, you're right.
the same thing?
I'm being far too formal.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Today I learned. I thought those were two different bugs.
Same bug.
What fake course am I going to be? Maybe a summer, maybe... Sorry, I thought you were doing something else. I know.
I did not mean that.
I'm like, I'll stop the accent.
You're doing great.
Right, could be
Keep
summer.
going, little pill.
Could be autumn. I don't like the cold, the winter. It's not quite my thing.
Oh, boo.
Unless I choose that next week, I don't know. Maybe I will. Spring is. I just don't like the Fae. I'll go ahead and think on this some more. But now it's time for a nap.
Oh.
Why did you throw him?
He said he didn't like the Fae.
Oh.
Everyone.
Is that the end of it?
That's it for Anthony Carboni.
What a way to go.
Goodbye.
Now he gets lost in a field and has to find his way back to the studio.
And you bowled a strike.
Hey.
One of those
Great.
fun little animations where all the bowling pins have shoes.
So with Ireland gone, Lily also
blue flames a
stands
little
up,
bit again.
thankfully possessing of all of her body, and dusts off her coat and gets all the grass off her.
Hey.
Hey, wow, that was that. Oh nope, I'm also Irish.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's catching.
Wow, is that kind of your Faye like thing now?
nope, my family actually has that accent.
Yeah.
Predominantly because of her dream sequence a couple seasons back.
Yeah, remember?
Remember?
Don't you remember that?
I remember.
Isn't that ingrained in your brain for like good?
Remember her super cool and important backstory?
Of course I do.
Right, so that was
Great.
It's birthday.
that was a bit messed up.
It feels so good to do.
I know I missed it.
I did a whole last half of an episode and it didn't feel right. It felt great because honestly, cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I'd like to do it now too.
We got the rescue of my family.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Right, yeah, just to recap anyone who
No, we
may
were
have
there.
forgotten.
I was there for the whole thing. We can go.
You were, of course. No, I know.
Yeah,
I
of
just,
course.
thought just talking to the void.
yes.
But yes, our mom and dad are most likely at the refugee camp over the ridge, so we're thinking we'd head over there and try and find them. But you all know this already.
Yeah, of course.
Irish.
And hopefully we'll find some more allies.
Amongst the Fae, yeah, right. That would be great if we could.
Speak, Valentina.
I hear them over the hill.
Not to be a huge downer, but I do need to rest soon.
I could use the snooze.
So I'm hoping that.
I'm just going to be honest. I assumed because there'd been so many weeks in between, we were all just probably.
Drink the car.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No, don't
Also,
worry
you
about
could have taken a short rest prior to the crash if you'd like to have.
Again.
But do you want a longie?
Yeah.
A longie.
Water. How long does it look like it's gonna take us to get to this refugee camp? Like how far away?
I don't know the geography of this place.
I thought there was smoke. I thought we saw like smoke rising.
Oh, right, yeah, no, you can't see smoke. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
You can see smoke rising over the ridge, but again, like with Fae geometry considered, it's hard to say for sure how far that's going to be.
Sorry.
We can all just like take a nap if you'd like to.
Yeah, a long one. I'm gonna cast Liam's tiny hut. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a snow globe.
Yes.
Yay.
No shaking.
No shake
Oh!
Dang it.
What?
Oh, I was just gonna. I was maybe gonna forfeit sleeping and maybe meet you.
Yeah, I'd love to get to know each other better. I mean, everything's been happening so fast, and a lot's happened, and we crashed the vehicle.
Yeah.
Well,
we crashed my fiance.
Yeah, no, he's not all right.
No,
He'll crawl back.
he's fine. He can crawl back.
I love this.
They always come crawling back.
Well, then, if you don't
Always.
need, if you don't feel the need for a 8-hour nap, then
Just maybe we could have first watch.
sure.
And then see.
Again, I don't know why we keep talking about needing a first watch. This is a very good. I'm very good at magic. Well, yeah, no, like meet your sister, but we don't have to pretend it's like a walk. You could just.
All right, I'll just not sleep right away. It feels weird saying that. It does.
Well, we can also watch if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah. In case like a bird comes and
Go get
scoops
some
up Riker.
firewood.
Yeah, right. Okay, we'll prep like a camp.
Yeah.
And you see as Lily starts to gather up twigs, and then like one of them is a snake, and slithers away, and just gets what appears to be
It's a
wood.
perfectly good branch. Go get that snake back.
And she picks it up again, and she's like, "Oh, you're right. This is oak."
Yeah.
Oh,
Gah!
You killed your sister. Damn.
you get that a little bit. It's okay. I just cure wounds. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
And her skin takes on a little bit of the texture of like a beech tree.
Oh, do you want me to pee on it?
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Did you?
I think we're all covered in enough of you right now.
Actually, I actually think we should call a meeting. I've got a talking stick.
Is it a snake?
While I'm being made, I'll just say, "Hey, Kettle, it's my turn. I just wanted to let you know. It made me really concerned when you said you were gonna pee on Poppy's sister.
Yeah.
And then I'll pull it out of my neck and I'll say, so I just think maybe in the future you could not say, hey, do you want me to pee on your sister? Okay? That's what I'm feeling right now, and I wrote it down on a letter for you. I'm gonna pass it to Poppy now.
Thanks. I'm gonna deliver it and also say I was also particularly confused because I was
I'm just
also
batting
going
the snake's face
jelly-
away from you so
yeah.
it doesn't bite any other people.
yeah, just like jellyfish, or were you gonna do it like doggy style and like
Wait, that's not what they call that. That's not what they call
Okay, can we call another meeting? I have something to say.
You're not holding the snake.
yeah, cause like she turned into a tree and you were gonna pee on her.
Oh, like a dog,
Like
is
a
a
leg
little
lift.
different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right, like a doggy,
Because we're
like a
talking
style
about
of
like
dogs.
the difference between like I'm gonna pee on you in like
Yeah.
a gross way, or I'm gonna pee on you like a gross way.
Yeah, there was two.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have a talking snake.
You take the talking snake. Whoa! You're weeping. All right, that's all, folks. See you next week. Oh my god. Well, if I'm being honest, of all the options.
We're doing great.
If I'm being honest, of all the available options, I am glad you asked first.
I'm also glad you didn't say number 2.
I don't want you to do that.
That's the ultimate question.
That is the mystery of season 3, truly.
Really quick, when you say both, there were 3 options.
There were.
It was like a jellyfish, or like a dog, or like a fade to black.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nobody considered that.
No.
Nobody thought that when he was like, "Can I pee on your sister?"
Oh no, it definitely crossed my mind.
Yeah, he went across.
But I'm not gonna say it out loud. Yeah, it's, we're the nasty ones.
I know. That's not even.
What's happening?
I don't.
I'm going to meet my
Going
sister.
crazy. We're in shock. We just had a car accident.
I do want you to know I am Britney Spears toxicking with the talking snake. I don't have anything to say.
Snake talks now?
Britney Spears.
Who's on first?
The snake is Britney Spears?
The snake says,
And we have a new fucking party mascot, Britney Spears the talking snake.
Perfect.
She says,
Right.
Telling me she
I'm going to meet my sister, unpissed.
Wild.
Thanks.
Thank you for not being mad at me.
Everybody go to sleep.
Don't tell me what-
It's a game of werewolf. Go to sleep.
That one.
I think it up right here.
I'm taking that right here.
Oh my god.
You should have just said no.
Well, Popula.
Yeah.
Popula, right.
Let's go for a walk, bud.
Yeah, let's go find Record.
No, he's fine.
No. Well, you've certainly made a lot of very eclectic friends?
Um,
Never a dull moment, it seems.
yes. Yes. Yeah.
This is
I
don't know. It's a bit odd for me because I like I know we're family. I know we're related, but and I hate this fact, but I feel like I never knew you. I never did.
You don't at all. I mean, I didn't technically know you existed either until maybe a couple of months ago, and then I had a bad dream. And then I was very jealous. But then I got your letter, and that was nice. That was a nice letter, even though you didn't know you were writing it to me. But yes, I'm Popula.
Lily, it's good to meet you. Frankly, I think I might have almost as many questions for Mum and Dad as you do when we see them again.
Yeah, you want to team up?
Yes, let's take them.
Yeah.
But I noticed you tinker.
I do,
Right.
yeah. Your needles. Wow.
Yeah, I also tinker. I don't know. I just living out on.
I think that's kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. Especially living out on the coast in the south of Tareve. It's not a lot to do down there.
Really?
Not much of a social life, so I just sort
Is
of.
it boring?
It's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Just sort of keeping the ranch going and all that.
A ranch.
Yeah, we have a ranch down there. We fish. We have various fruit and vegetable groves. It's quite scenic. It's really nice.
That sounds.
But it's a bit lonely out there, to be sure. And so I just picked up books where I could and just taught myself how to do all this. And now magnets.
They work.
They work.
Weird. It was kind of funny, because it kind of sounds like how I grew up. Except my fish talked and walked around in more suits.
Sounds objectively horrifying, I'm not gonna lie.
They were actually kind of nice.
Oh, great.
But yeah, no, lots of trees, lots of scenic. It is beautiful here.
And you're a performer.
Yes.
I saw a flyer going around. I didn't know it was you, but now seeing you here,
Yeah.
oh, that's the girl from the flyer.
I'm a car. Sometimes. Yeah. I also grew up very lonely. But instead of being on a farm, I was surrounded. You feel that way sometimes? That when there's so much happening around you, that it actually creates sort of a storm eye. And your spot gets very quiet. But I had some good people, and I also found a book in the form of many, many teachers who did not think I was good at anything until I found puppets. And then I had lots of good friends.
Sounds like in some ways our lives have been maybe more similar than we thought.
Yeah.
Even still,
I do have to ask.
Yeah.
Were you ever a princess?
Was I ever a princess?
Yes. Like, are mom and dad really rich, or like owners of big swaths of land and...
If they are, they've been holding out. No, I'm not aware of any regal titles or money.
Okay.
I would have lived a very different life, I think, if we'd had anything. No, we mostly lived off the land, just what we were growing and fishing and crabbing.
Are you criminals?
I mean, not like beyond the ordinary.
Okay.
Just the normal amount of criminal.
Crime crabbing.
I think this is going to take some adjusting.
Yeah. No, I think I'm actually kind of sad my life wouldn't have been that different. But in like a cool way.
Yeah.
In like I don't think I miss that much. Except for my family. But, it made sure that I met all the people I know now, so I'm okay with it.
Well, at the very least, I guess I did want to say that as much as it sounds like your upbringing was still fruitful, regardless.
Yours too?
Yeah. I
Fruit
am.
farmer.
I am sorry that I wasn't ever able to be there for you as your big sister, and we never really got to have that.
Are you my big sister?
I am older than you.
How do you know?
Well, because you were a baby when I wasn't.
Good logic.
That was perfect.
Well, granted, I don't know how the Fae works, so maybe you've experienced more time than me or something.
What?
I am your older sister, yeah. Does that defy canon?
What? That's wild. So you existed already, then I existed, and you still didn't remember me?
I was only a few years old when you were taken.
What?
You? That's
I thought we were twins. I thought we were born at the same time. And her hair, her like roots glow a little hotter. We were born at the same time.
Everyone remembers that one vignette that we did where there were two babies.
There was a lot going on in that vignette.
Yeah.
Wow. Baby brains are bad when you're human.
Ooh.
I guess
You
so.
don't remember me at all?
I was like 2 years old. No, all I knew was that, well, I remember there being somebody else in the house, and then when I was older, I remembered writing a letter, just not why or to who for sure. Beyond...
This is so dysfunctional. Nothing is different. This is great. It's dysfunctional. I'm looking at you. You're not there. I'm so used to having friends next to me. This is weird. Why am I just in a field?
I'm
You
awake.
just hear
You're
it
being
now.
very loud.
Yeah. Keep it down. You're waking the snake.
I'm sorry, Brittany. Okay.
Yeah.
This is just, I'm taking it in strides. I kind of, you just learned that you have a sister. I've known for a little bit now, and I've just, your world only just changed, and mine just, keeps changing incrementally every few minutes. Every time I feel like I'm on solid ground, whoop, there's a rock! Except that rock is a huge boulder that is a fucking snake! Sorry, Brittany.
Right,
Years.
yeah. It sounds like this all might be a lot to process.
I seriously thought we were born at the same time. The fact that you're older than me. I'm a little sister?
You are... yeah, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Me processing my feelings are not your responsibility. I'm just processing.
Do you want your husband?
Dang, he's a fast little bugger. Alright. Okay.
I thought you were gonna toss him.
No, he's thinking okay thoughts for now. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm good for now. Are you good for now? You good to take this very slowly? Because you keep you keep saying the sentence I know we're family ... And I gotta say, that sentence feels weird. Doesn't that feel weird to say? Doesn't it feel weird to say I know you're family, but let's just we're blood.
Right. We barely know each other.
We don't know each other at all. And it's okay that we're not family yet. Let's just say that.
Right, yeah. I'm great with that.
Cool. So, you want to be my friend, Lily?
Sure.
Great, let's get to know each other.
Can I roll over to Kai and I'm like, I mean, I guess we already did kind of let her inside of the impenetrable hut, and really we don't know her at all.
Not at all.
So there is that part of it. You know, I mean, I guess if I'm hearing them, I'll be like, yeah, we're not really blood. We don't really know each other. We're only blood. We don't really know each other. It's not really family. Now I'm kind of like, oh, I guess she could be anybody that's in here with us. So that's cool.
There's a lot of needles too. Anyway,
Oh, Effie knows.
that was more for Kai's benefit.
I hate that.
And on, yep,
Oh, I just go say, let's go sleep then.
right, nap. Yeah,
If you need it.
I could sleep. And on that,
No,
We-
you come in and I just say, it's not a nap if it's more than 2 hours. It's bed. We're going to bed.
No, don't say such terrible things.
What?
Because I love
I know, I do
napping.
too.
a nap can be whatever you make it.
I don't know you.
You can take an 8-hour nap.
A nap counts. If
No,
you
I agree.
wake
You
up
can take an
within a
8-hour nap whenever you'd like. It can still be a nap.
If you wake up before the next, like, midnight changeover, it counts as a nap still because you wake up within the same day, which counts as a nap.
If it's during the day, it's not bed unless you work nights.
See?
I'm going back to nap.
Good
And on that,
Ella's been unconscious
Kai's
this
just
whole time.
spinning
Yeah.
out over like
For 3
nap
days.
versus
Right,
bed.
right.
I didn't long rest the last time.
weigh in, chat. What do you think? On that, though, we have a confessional for Popola.
Oh!
Count us in after fixing the camera for that.
Oh!
Oh my god, Jesus.
That was so dangerous.
His hands and feet came off.
Graceful.
That could have been a disaster.
I guess.
Confessional in 3, 2, 1.
Who's a little pillbug? It's a little pillbug. Yes, you're going to have to wait for just a minute right there. Okay, here's the deal. My new hair looks awesome. And I gotta say, embracing the fire again feels awesome. I feel like I'm not getting stepped on by my own feelings anymore. It's great. Also, I can't wait to find out what my sister's deal is, because I gotta say, right now, aside from the needles, just nice. Just kind of nice, a little boring. I kind of wanted some confrontation, or like her to have some sort of like explosively wild personality, or something. Cause like on the spectrum of sisters, it's like, wow, she's just kind of a lady. Which is probably a good thing. I think I'm blowing that way out of proportion. I think I was just expecting to be shocked. But you know what? It's okay. No, stay up there, little buddy. Okay, yeah, there you go. And quiet. Thank you. Anyway, yeah, I think this new chapter of my life is going to be very oh, sorry, bud. Powerful. Fucking beat, baby. Ooh.
Well, napping resolved.
I'm gonna push the long rest button. now.
I pushed the
You all
long
can
button
take your
and
longie.
Thank you.
I don't
really
love
do think
that.
actually we could probably.
I want to call it a longie.
I like that.
I don't wanna. I
The
don't
first
wanna.
episode I've been able to rest all season.
Really? I was like, only on episode 3.
That's a little. Well, yeah, we're 3 episodes in.
Oh, because you buried everyone.
Yeah, the last time.
Oh, that's
The last
true.
time I was long rested, I
That's true.
That's right.
I
Well,
was like, I don't even need to rest. I have all my spell slots. Oh, but I am dying.
What?
Oops.
you,
I had
you took
very
some licks.
I
yeah.
had very little HP. I got beat up.
My
We got a little
sister
shredded.
is a bit Magneto-y with needles.
Interesting.
So just kind of a
And
little
it's
bit of like
lily and not cactus.
Lilith, Popula, except it's not Popula. I'm named after the actual flower, but I can never remember the name
Bear.
of.
Papa Bear. Very good. Yeah.
Papa. I like also Papa Bear when I become daddy.
Dad! We have to dad her.
Papa Bear sounds.
Speaking
like
of
a
which-
father.
A Papa Bear.
You all set off for the Eastern Expanse, where you were told that this refugee camp would likely be located and where you see the smoke rising from. Lily was not lying. For any inexperienced in this realm, it can be hard to maintain your bearings. One moment, a patch of space you could have sworn was sky, parts like grass, revealing merely another field to traverse. The stalks of wheat in the distance grow disproportionately larger as you approach, until you realize they're the size of redwoods as you pass between them.
Big wheat.
Big we? Don't you dare.
Sure?
No, I said, okay, wait.
No
when
more
did
pee-pee puddles.
Hey, so like, when did this start?
I don't know. Ever since I turned pink, it just felt like the need to claim my territory around here.
As your fiance, I'm gonna have to tell you to stop it.
I
Beyonce.
for one love this new kettle.
The
Continue. Rain drips upwards, with orange sap-like ichor rising from the ground and rocketing into the sky.
Wasn't me.
That's why you can't be
It wasn't
here.
me.
Yeah,
Looking up.
Bradley's weird.
Looking up, you realize the sky ripples with each drop. What do you all get up to as you make this funhouse mirror journey? And I will say, before you chime in, well, something happens.
What?
Barbara.
Uh-huh.
Sure. No details?
A bit of orange dew drips upward from a flower and just catches you up the nostril. Like right into the sinuses. However,
God.
Oh no.
I got the earth snot rocketed me.
it smells like Fanta.
Rocking it back.
And as you do that, something changes.
Okay.
A little bit of the Fae is now in your head, and you feel your personality, your body, everything about you shifting ever so slightly as you become Dad.
Whoa! Yes!
A favor.
Okay.
Fae Daddy.
I'm so
love Papa.
I can't believe it. Yeah. Okay.
Nope.
What did you just call me?
Well, Daddy.
What did you just call me?
Faye Daddy, which was fatty.
Only I can slip up like that.
I just called what? Oh, okay.
Like Vader, like Vader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My feeling.
I feel like Papa, we had it. Poppy?
Papa.
Papa Bear was so good. Fatty, not so much.
You know they can't all be IP on it.
It's so good.
We have Vader.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so okay. Well, let's see. All right, so the slick back hair that was a little more disheveled, or it becomes a little more disheveled as like one single piece falls in front, and the muscles that had dissipated when she lost some of her fae just get way bigger again. And the jumpsuit that she's wearing, you just see like these clean muscles rip through, as it just like fills out as Papala becomes Papalum.
Positively daddy.
I can't wait to see who interprets this as become daddy or become dad.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows.
Oh,
what
right,
everyone's
because
gonna
it's
Everyone knows what everyone's doing.
guess what? Multiple iterations, and we get both.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
And just like the slightest orange, little peach fuzz,
Little dusting.
like little dusting,
Yeah.
just like a little Cheeto dust.
You know what? Sounds real hot. But hot.
No, but it actually is Cheeto dust because that's the part that's dad.
It's like we were watching it come together and we were like, ooh,
Too far.
I love how that's just like.
Back it up.
Back it up.
That's-
Okay, sorry.
before we were like, back it up.
And then I just swipe and I get one of those slices in my eyebrow. That's dad, right?
I love how the words "but hot" are
Yeah.
just like a cheat code for any narrations going south actively.
100%.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
picture it hot.
No, but it is hot. You like this.
Imagine it right.
I'm just sitting there with the pill, just
Getting a little pump.
You're looking rather daddy there.
who are
Popular.
you?
I've been here
I
for
know.
so long.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Oh.
Little dad humor.
I just want to play catch all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Catch!
Cool.
That's so weird. That's
You
not
should roll for it.
It's so weird.
I
That's
will.
not the effect it's had on me.
You don't wanna
It's
catch?
shockingly heavy. like it's just this dense little Irish medicine ball. But Kisan takes it to the face and manages to come away.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't change how you sit when that happens. Oh, Dad.
Kisan takes it on the face and lowers.
Describe it more.
Wow.
No, please.
I will not, because Kaylee will leave.
That's true.
And lowers the ball and is, without a scratch, he caught it quite successfully and is now just like listening.
Oh, he's
Literally,
literally, that's his giggle.
Top of the morning to you!
Just hoity hoity hoity.
when you shake him.
It's a Swedish meatball?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right.
Thank you for this.
You can throw it back, kid.
Oh, we're playing catch! Right, okay.
What did you think? Wow.
I was caught off guard by your husband.
Yeah.
You're gonna roll for that.
Whoa.
Okay.
Roll me, let's do athletics.
What is
You
my
can use-
fiance's athletics?
Oh yeah, we get to share
Oh
stats.
my god. I'm gonna give you this. Let's just, for
Okay.
the sake of this being efficient, you can
Do I
roll
get dad points?
athletics with advantage and as if you have proficiency with it.
Ooh.
Because you're daddy.
What does that mean?
So add your proficiency modifier to your athletics roll.
You get to add 3.
+4.
Oh.
So those are your daddy points, and you can roll with advantage.
Those are my daddy
Funny,
points.
Jeremy Crawford announced stat points in the next edition.
Yeah.
May I?
Wow, that's D&D 1, baby.
Yep.
2. Thank you.
The daddy edition. I would absolutely play that.
18.
Let's go.
Nice. That's a very successful catch there, sport.
Oh.
Thanks.
This is fatherless behavior right now.
Correct! I don't know why you called me sport.
I don't know.
I'm the dad.
Thank you.
It's like,
so
thanks.
weird.
Thanks.
Dadding dad.
Thanks,
Fatherless, godless.
Yeah.
Well, that was invigorating. Thank you
Great.
for that. Whew, your husband's really heavy when he's in the roly-poly form.
Not husband yet.
That's true, you're engaged, right? And we're a throuple.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding everyone. Yeah, now we're all caught up.
Yeah.
This is for Kai and Kai alone.
I was there. What?
I just walk up to Kisan and I put my hand right on the shoulder. I just say,
That's firm.
yeah, no, yeah, it's the full.
Right on the tendon. Oof. There's like a nodule right there.
No, 100%. It was great.
Yeah.
I feel like you're drifting from the group, bud. And by drifting, I mean I don't think you were ever on the island. You're in a throuple, and you don't even talk to them. Do you need some like
I've never been
you
in
need
a
some,
relationship
like-
before.
exact?
This is
you
all
need-
brand new territory
Do
for
you
me.
need some advice from one dad to a throuple?
Yeah, he
You
does.
know what? I'd really like that. Help me in the ways of love, Daddy.
All right.
Wow. I've never had a better time.
I've never had a better time.
I had like a whole thing planned for this session.
So,
Not anymore.
life's a little bit like this pill. And I'm gonna like lead you away while teaching you all about the roly-polies and the pills.
Oh my god.
The birds and the bees and the pill bugs.
Same bug, baby.
It's all the same bug.
It's all the same bug.
Kisan comes away reassured, educated, and newly invigorated for his throuple.
Wow.
That's a very on-brand reaction.
That's my boy.
You know what,
Father,
friends?
help.
Fiancés, I'm ready for this. I know what to do.
Fiance?
Papa Bear told me everything. I'm ready to commit to this relationship, and I'm excited for our future.
Great.
I've never seen people want this less.
This wasn't even my idea, I want to be clear.
No, it wasn't.
That isn't even what I thought of.
It was you who did this! And you're the least enthusiastic!
Oh, well, I want Kisan to be involved.
Which is how we got
We just
here.
wanted his intelligence.
Wow, this is an example of.
You're only marrying me for my
wanting it
stats.
Wanting it too little.
1,000%.
Ah.
You got it.
So how far away? Are we walking and talking?
Yeah.
You find yourselves curving up.
Please, God, we were walking and talking.
100%.
I was hoping so.
Wow.
I dadded so
sorry.
hard we got through the woods.
Wow.
Yeah.
You knew how to ask directions.
I know.
You find yourselves curving up a path of steadily increasing steepness until
Hey, a baseball cap.
I do keep telling Pop Pop that I have to pee. Can we stop? I have to pee.
Yeah. Just dig a hole first. There are definitely not bears here.
Oh,
Are we
so
there
it's-
yet?
there might
it's
be.
fine when they
Yeah,
mention
there
their
yet?
penis.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
We're always here, baby.
Should have gone before we left.
I'm having really complicated feelings about like which direction we're taking this.
I don't
Honestly.
know.
And I'm okay with it.
I'm flip flopping between dad and daddy. I'm
Like,
sorry.
That's a lot for me, but you know what? I'm with it.
You're engaged.
I am engaged. That's very
I'm
true.
literally just here to confuse you.
Oh, okay, got it. I'm
You're welcome.
learning.
Doing great, sweetie.
Thank you.
Well, you find
Just checking the heart. I was not.
I feel like Effie is like really like into this,
Yeah.
but her little flame doesn't do anything
No.
until Kai goes, "You're doing great, sweetie," and then he's gonna go.
There it is.
You
Stop
find
it.
yourselves curving up a path
Thank you.
of steadily
Walking
increasing
down the aisle.
steepness
I'd
until
love to give you away. Oh my god.
until losing your footing, you fall.
Do you want to GM? I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna make it up this hill.
Okay, Jay. I
It's-
think you have to tell me I did a good
It's a
job.
wicked long hill. We're running up that hill, baby.
Yeah.
Until you lose your footing and fall 20 feet right onto your asses where you began.
My ass?
Oh no.
Hold on. I feel like I should get to roll about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I roll?
Oh,
Can I roll what kind of
I didn't know
dad
that-
ass?
I will allow you to
I didn't know this
perform-
hill was a railroad.
I will allow you to perform a performance check for how you fall, but you feel as if gravity changes entirely around you as this is happening. You
Okay,
will
great.
not fall gracefully.
Okay.
You should use my performance.
oh, I would love
Because
to.
I would like to say that I think it's still hilarious. That time I had a 30 in charisma.
Oh, yeah.
It's still funny.
So I rolled a 34.
Okay.
So, what's your
Damn.
bonus to performance?
Get out of here.
18.
Wow.
I will say you will
That makes it a 24 for me.
you will land like shit as it appears the Feywild is actively working against you, but your fall will be glorious.
Well, thank you.
So help me understand what's it look like as you take your tumble.
We are doing like an Olympic dive, fold in half, flippy floppies. Like we get like the world freeze frame, so you can see that like really gross like wobble
That
face.
diver face?
Yeah,
Yeah.
diver face. And then I just freeze with the diver face like half an inch above the ground, and that's how I hit it. I didn't quite hit. I just sort of freeze for like 8 seconds, and then like in the sky where the sun would be, there's just like a big buffering
Damn.
thing. And then it just jumps forward and I'm pushing myself off the ground. What happened? Was it cool?
Yeah. Oh my god, babe, you looked so cool.
Thanks.
Wow.
Would anyone else like to also attempt to roll to have at least your fall be
I
graceful?
don't care about the fall.
You got a 24.
I did get a 24.
So you look good on the way down. You just land bad.
I just used my ability to black out for a second. I'm afraid of falling.
Wake
Love
up
that
bruised on the
ability.
floor.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
happened?
I do the turtle equivalent of that and just go in my shell for a second.
Which actually affords you a reasonably comfortable landing.
Well, it's funny because I go in there too.
Well, I guess I'll go in there too.
Here we are.
Oh, look at you.
God,
Take
it
yourself.
just gets less
It's just maracas.
enthusiastic
Yeah.
every time.
I feel like Keyson's really trying now, though. Like, Keyson's really committing
yes.
to like being a part of this and trying to engage with what y'all are up to.
I'm not opposed to a platonic engagement.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that, actually, bud. That was actually.
No, that's-
zoned.
That
Post-engagement.
I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt a
Yeah,
lot.
your fiance
Yeah.
did just put you in the
Hey,
friend
I think we need to have another heart to heart.
Yeah, I've got the talking snake.
As we're falling,
Hey, Brittany,
put your-
we really need some help. There's a ripcord moment in every relationship. That might have been it.
I don't know what because he seems like he's hot and
We're
cold.
having this
and, like-
conversation
That's true.
mid-fall.
Yeah,
Yeah. I got a few more seconds before I find out. Yeah, you gotta. Woof.
Because it was his idea to
What? I'm so sorry.
one more time.
We're committing.
Because it was his idea to bring me into the throuple, but now he's not interested anymore. Like this hot and cold
This
back and forth
happens
thing. What's going on?
when sometimes everyone's just too neutral and everyone's like, it's too much effort to break up. You just linger. Don't be a lingerer, man. Okay?
I think this was all just a bit too much for my first relationship.
Really, it is. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you jump in head first and it's magical, and your faith throuple is just the best. And sometimes you're you, and it doesn't work that way because I think you're confused. You literally couldn't even pick a Fae domain right now. You just need
tried.
to figure exactly. You tried. You got to figure yourself out before you can commit to 2 other people. A throuple.
I guess I've got to work on myself.
All right. Now we're gonna find out if I have a dad butt or a daddy butt. And that
Okay.
depends on how I land.
Sick.
Oh, that's a flat ass. I got a dad ass. That's a dad ass. It's a dad
You're
ass.
rocking that Hank Hill back there. Hell yeah.
It's just a long
Please,
back.
please,
It's a long
please make me
back.
daddy one more time so I can get some donk. Please. I rolled a 2 again.
I'll
That's
just
2
say-
cheeks. 2 flat cheeks.
I'll say whatever.
Dad.
If we get another dono for Dad for Popola, it will be just for Donk. So
Just for
keep that in
Donk.
mind.
Daddy Dong.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Donka.
So I land and my spine breaks.
True
You land on Rickard like. Oh,
Hearing all the dad noises.
oh, she got banged.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Oh, wow.
Beer.
That's like straight tailbone.
I offer you like
You got
a
a Bud
koozie.
Light, oh my God,
Your words.
oh,
Somehow you're something wearing New Balance.
Dang, man, that just
Oh,
sank.
you must-
Oh, that's okay. That's better. Okay, thank you.
Well, looking back up, you realize the entirety, the whole of the world is curving up around itself, spiral-like around you, and with no visible way of traversing it. However, before we get into that, I want, with your permission, to do a confessional for Rickard,
Yes.
as played by his lovely fiancée.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
You'd have to do it?
You,
Oh, I'm doing it.
I would love you to do a Rickard confessional if you're willing to.
Okay.
If not, I will happily take it.
It could also just be Poppy reading his thoughts.
Yes, I would love.
yeah.
I would love your take on
Give me a
Rickard.
live
Yeah.
translation. Like,
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
went.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right.
All right, Rickard, thoughts confessional in 3, 2.
All right, I'm going to be doing a live feed of what's going on inside this little pill box, and I'm going to attempt to do his voice so that it's accurately translated. Hoity-toity-toy. I'm just kidding. Right, so I'm really annoyed at all of the throwing. I don't appreciate it, and you know what? I'm not enjoying getting chucked about by my fiance. I really want to be able to break free of this. I don't want to be engaged anymore. All of this bullying is, this is just me having a little fluff because I know she's standing right next to me listening to my thoughts. And I am right now, buddy, because I can just shake her. Oh God, no! It hurts. Oh my God. Is that not good for everybody? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you not like that?
Do you not like that? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like the inside of Rickard shaking around you? Well, Daddy?
Big Daddy.
Sorry, the daddy took over. And
Doesn't it though?
just really wanted you to have a little headphone nightmare. So I think this is where we're gonna end the broadcast.
Wait, what is he allergic to?
Yeah.
What's your fiance allergic to?
And or fears.
Or what is he afraid of?
Oh, he's afraid of strong women.
We knew.
We knew this. He is.
Whoa!
That ain't happening.
Shots fucking.
And also, kittens.
Oh.
Allergic or afraid?
Both.
No!
You know.
You never trust a man that doesn't like cats.
Uh-oh.
It's a red flag. They don't like things they can't control.
Beep, beep!
Excellently rickarded.
Wow, that was not what I thought was going to happen. And also, sorry.
Well, hello, little fleshy friends.
What the fuck?
A little bit lost, are we?
Light immediately. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Like,
You all see, you can cast it if you like.
And I think it's just a reflex at this point for me to just cast a little bit of light.
You all see a little creature.
No.
Like a,
Bless you.
It just misses?
oh no, you can totally, I was doing a bit. You can totally roll. Is it a roll for you or a save for them?
Save for that.
Great. So we'll resolve that in a moment. But as you all turn,
Yeah.
and the blight is emitting from Ella's hand, you all see a creature like a cherub bumblebee.
Whoa!
And roughly the size of a beagle.
Oh!
Sitting on a stump
Bumblebee.
and busy at work removing the echo from seashells. Meanwhile, what was that save?
It's a dex save.
A dex save?
Wait, is it real? Hold on. Wait, before you roll, is whatever I'm looking at cute? I can't tell if
It doesn't sound cute.
To
It does
you,
not sound cute.
To me.
I think to you it's reasonably cute.
Shoot.
What?
Counterspell. I'm so sorry.
To them,
It's
maybe not.
cherubic in like, is it like a humanoid face? Is it like?
it's an adult face on a baby.
Oh,
Oh,
Renaissance.
is it a Renaissance painting?
Right,
And
or
the dog?
is it a baby bumblebee?
Horrific.
I'll say,
Baby Bumblebee.
well, the beagle is really just the size. I'll say its face is closer to bumblebee than human, but there's some human in there. It's humanoid. It's recognizably humanoid, but
Is it a bee movie? Is it, or is it
it's a bee movie.
It's gonna fuck that lady.
Which one?
Oh my god.
Should I have let the blade happen?
No. Okay.
No,
It was
you're
a
into
con
it.
save, but yeah, okay.
Turns out.
Oh no, I'm the lady! Fuck that movie.
No, my fiance leaving me for a bee. This is
You know what
exactly the
Lisa-
plot of Bee Movie.
Well, hello, friends.
Oh, I hate it. I should have let it happen.
Why did you do that?
Seems-
I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm your friend as well.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna help you get out of here.
Out of where?
Well, the whole kerfuffle you got into.
Is that what this is called?
Who are you and what do you want?
You can call this one Spoinkles.
I hate
Who?
Spoinkles.
Spoinkles.
Wow. Neat.
Who would-
Insight check.
I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
it was like an
Also
impediment on
insight check.
squinkles, like sprinkles. Yeah, like
Mm.
sprinkles, but I think
Can
it's
reroll
spoink.
that?
A bunch.
Hey, can I have some?
Yeah.
assume we
I
have
appreciate
more
you
than
didn't even say
one.
I won.
Hey, can I have another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
21 total.
What's your
There we go.
bonus?
Oh,
Insight.
oh, let me tell you. Actually,
Mine's
hold on.
plus
I'm
5.
probably pretty good at it. My insight is not that numerous.
Okay.
It's
That's
all
kind of
you.
your thing, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you're all about that.
23.
Okay.
Really good at Arcana.
+4.
History.
Kai.
Yeah.
You do have some familiarity with the Fae. It's
Yeah.
you haven't really been here necessarily, but it's like intrinsic to you. He seems weird, but Fae weird. It's not like there's anything completely untoward or beyond the pale happening here necessarily. So I don't know what I'm doing. Who am I?
You're adorable.
We like it.
Ella.
Uh-huh.
You do feel just the barest hint of dishonesty in what Spoinkles is saying, but you don't detect any immediate outright malice.
Did you put us here, sweetheart?
I certainly did not!
Why
the
do you
thing
sound
while-
like that?
Why do you?
They should absolutely be talking. Everyone should.
Yeah, I'll shut up.
You go.
I'm just gonna go through you from now on.
No. It's so annoying. How can any of you stand this?
I don't know.
Really? I think your voice sounds melodic and attractive. May I join your throuple?
Back off, buddy. We just dealt with the other one.
Somewhere Kisan takes damage.
Where is Keyson?
Still in
Oh,
Michelle.
he's right there.
Also, it wasn't a throuple anymore. Once one person leaves, it can't still be a throuple. It's not like a throuple.
Well, then I'm happy to remake it.
Oh my gosh.
How do you know so much?
Yeah.
Oh, I've actually been sitting on this stump for a minute.
I wish you wouldn't.
I'll get up.
Are we in a hole?
No, you're in a field and it's curving over.
How does it be sitting?
Well, I got legs.
What?
Well, like bee legs, but they're draped like, like a cartoon.
Yeah, like a cherub baby.
But I got a bee body, a bee butt, bee legs, just sort of draping.
That's not what a bee's shaped like, and I think you should know that, Vince.
Bees have little legs.
Sure, but like not the kind that sit down, like
Sometimes bees
like on their
have
butt.
people.
Obviously, I'm
like an
sufficiently anthropomorphized for the sake of this scene.
I wish you
It's a
were.
baby.
It's
a little baby.
Like a baby.
But anyway, this one's called Spoinkles. Who would you all be?
I am not
Bee.
giving. Hey, we're not doing names. We're not doing names. Don't do names.
I'm good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My name's Fada.
I just made a direct
Fada.
uncontacted after. I was like, no names.
You don't have to tell me your actual names. What should I call you?
Second, before we give you definitely not real names. We're just in a field. What do you mean get out?
There's a big spiral, like the sky, like kind of like.
Well, I can
fragmented
tell
into
most y'all
weird
aren't from here, and even those of you who might be, the Feywild wilderness can be a bit confusing at times. I can give you the fastest and safest route to where you're trying to go.
What do you charge? Yeah, and what are you? Yeah, what's the catch?
Charge? Well, I suppose I could do a modest fee, nothing obscene or crazy. Well, wee little Spoinkles doesn't have any friends, no one to thank him for all of his help. Old Spoinkles really just asks for a bit of sincere gratitude in return. It warms his cockles. No one likes cold cockles.
Nope.
I'd like to.
Cockles of your heart.
I'd be happy to show you the way. I know all the turns and curves of the wilds.
I'd like to cast detect magic on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's happening?
I'm casting. This is low key. While you
Yeah.
guys are like exchanging names, I'm just gonna drop a little detect magic on Spoinkles. I am specifically because hey, here's a reminder. Effie's smart. I'm looking for fey magic that rings familiar to the spring, that rings familiar to spring bloom, and rings familiar to like any of the like aspects or like things that he's created to put himself in.
Yes. Okay, wonderful.
Looking for rancid spring spirit.
Rancid spring
Smells
spirit.
like
Okay.
spring spirit.
So you just detect, obviously, generalized fey magic around him as the first thing.
Yeah, give me one.
Beyond that, though, let's see. You're looking for general, like, spring fuckery, aspect kind of business.
Yeah, kind of like on spring break.
Here's what you get. You actually detect magic from all of the wilds on him. He doesn't appear to be a denizen of any specific one of the Feywilds. He has spring energies, summers, winter and fall, all kind of mixed in like he's a citizen of none or all.
Okay.
Y'all are headed to the refugee camp, I assume?
Yeah.
How do you keep knowing this?
Well,
Have you
because
gotten-
most folks coming this way are headed there. The wilds are dangerous after spring invaded.
And have you guided other refugees to that camp?
A few, yeah, for a modest fee.
And what was that fee?
Just their
What does
gratitude.
gratitude mean to you, sweetheart?
I
What does that
just
mean?
like people to depend on me a little bit.
That's
It's nice to feel needed.
Unhealthy. Should we actually bust out the letters and the stick, maybe?
Yeah.
We think that your dependence on other people to establish your self-worth is actually a little bit unhealthy. Because what happens when it goes away? You have to like you when you're alone with you, sweetheart.
Listening to you, song?
And we came from the orphanage. My name's Peaches.
Oh no.
It's really hard to hear, but maybe I needed to hear it.
Yeah.
Still, I do want you guys to just thank me for helping when we get there and you're safe.
That's fine. Can
Yeah,
you
we
help
can
us
agree
and
to
we can
that.
thank you?
Yeah, I don't want money or anything.
You can do that. I just like, maybe if after we're gone. We're not always going to be here.
We're so good.
I'll work on myself.
You get exactly one compliment from each of us, and then our relationship is done.
I love
Whoa,
that.
transactional.
It has to be.
As I was
Otherwise
gonna
we'll be
say,
thanking him for eternity.
a role specific.
Transaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
I
Thanks,
like
Poppy.
sprinkles, so I'm gonna walk by.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't help but end everything I say by looking at Xander.
Why?
Because you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
He hops up and hovers in place, gently buzzing. All right, giants, follow Spoinkles.
Dang. His ass is bigger than mine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've got
Beats
that.
are thick as hell.
Yeah, I've got that big old bumblebee dog.
You thought you were gonna say booty. I wish you said booty.
I got that bumble butt.
That's my next shimmy stand.
And it can be yours too if you want, depending on who donates.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
What?
What? He proceeds through the spiral fields and guides your way.
on Spoinkles. I like
I have
this
a
guy.
question.
Staying close.
Is Spoinkles doing anything, like affecting the environment, or is it just that they know the way and we're following them?
It appears to be mostly that Spoinkles is familiar with the Fey geometry itself. So he's able to guide you in odd and circuitous patterns that seem to avert the non-Euclidean bullshit of the Feywilds. I will say, however, as we do follow Spoinkles to the next destination, something happens. Breaking free of the spiral bullshit, you actually come loose a little bit from the hold of the Feywild, as if you've almost passed a test or a trial of some kind. As that happens, the Feywild almost flashes back a little bit and attempts to regain control. All of a sudden, you see that energy kind of gently whip into Ella,
Okay.
who becomes Dad.
Oh my god.
Mom friend
I'm
became
sensing,
dad.
I'm sensing another dad in the area.
Now here, it's important to know the dad is an AOE sort of thing, so we'll keep you guys kind of far away from each other. And we are maximizing our dad.
We don't want territorial dads here. We know what happens.
I always wanted
Cross
two
the
dads.
Aww. Ella just, because I rolled a 1. And I didn't want to make the decision myself. I should have known better. Normally she wears like pretty tall boots that fit her like big turtle legs, and now it's just socks and those like Jesus sandals.
Laces.
Oh, we're going pure dad.
And then like at first nothing else changes, and she's like, oh,
Are you wearing khakis?
yeah.
This isn't even dad. This is father.
And like
Yeah.
those like wraparound sunglasses.
Yes.
Do they have
You
this,
are a
the
Disney
the
dad.
string?
Yeah.
Fancy, yeah.
Dad.
It helps because she doesn't have ears. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Did you get bangs? You look different.
No, I don't think it's a hair thing.
Oh yeah, you don't have hair. Oh wait, you
I
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might be going a little bit. And so there's like my full receding hair.
Receding.
Oh,
Okay,
do you need the baseball cap?
You know, I really would like. I'm suddenly getting a hankering for some yard work. I feel bad about the blight earlier. It seems to have like.
Sure.
Yeah, but you should probably take the baseball cap.
You
honestly.
really need the
Yeah,
baseball
it's a
cap.
little like sunny
Yeah.
out here, huh? Except for wearing sunscreen, you know. I heard that skin cancer statistics are really on the rise.
I don't have skin.
Oh, it's true. You never know. Still, it's always better to play it safe.
We've got to get you guys out of here.
Thanks.
Why? I don't
Yeah.
say anything wrong, right?
Who's that?
Lily.
Oh, hey.
Oh, God,
yeah.
you've been here.
We all need to get out of here. Yeah, we're walking with the beat.
So are you like still you right now, or like?
Yeah.
Right, but
Just dad.
yeah.
Well,
So
I find another stump and
it's
I
like
lean
Sister
forward
Daddy.
on it.
Ooh.
I'm a little bit concerned that the Fae
the chat.
might be getting to us all a little bit too much.
As the Fae. In what way? Why? Are you feeling something? Are you daddying?
I'm not daddy yet.
Where did you look?
At Spoinkles.
Straight at Spoinkles' ass.
But I could be.
Papa, I need to level with you.
Okay.
Like I made very clear
Okay, sure. Hang on.
at the
Bring
house,
Bring it in, bud.
I hate this.
Too bad.
Sit on Poppy's knee.
Come on. There you go. All right. What do we want to
Don't
say?
do that. Don't do that.
Hey, hey.
Apparently, I'm.
You don't have to do the brown.
Yeah.
Hey, she's bouncing me.
Hey, you're alone in that camera. It's like it's a one shot. Like you could just that's a single.
I just got a glimpse
Like
of it.
that's a single. You could actually not.
Clip it.
No.
As I said at
Yeah.
the house, I don't trust the Fae.
Sure.
The Fae have been nothing but trouble for me and the family.
Ah.
And it sounds like for a lot of you this whole time. Now,
No, we're good.
please promise me you're going to tell me if you feel things getting too far. Because if we need to resolve this a different way, if we need to get you out of that, to save you from the Fae energies that are doing this to you.
Alright, I'm gonna stop. Alright. We can stand. This is gonna be a man-to-man conversation. I've chosen this. I'm good. These are my friends. Most of them have either encountered, loved, been with, or are Fae. And they're fucking awesome. Including myself. Including my friend Ember. Including her fiance, who's a fox. And, you know what? Like all people, I'm getting really sick of everyone using the word Fae as this all-encompassing bad word. And yeah, you've been hurt by some people. That does not encompass all of them, all right? So from this point on, we're going to encounter every person that we meet and take them at face value as what they are presenting and who they are, instead of this magical, encompassing Fae as this all evil entity with some few exceptions. All right?
I trust you because I know you just well enough to know who you are on at least some most basic level. I trust your friends just enough because you vouch for them. More importantly, because I've seen what they did, what they've done.
You stopped me.
Well, we were under
A
threat.
lot.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that you did not grow up in Boros. And if you had, you'd know that every single encounter we have with the Fae so far has been to death, has been to dismemberment, to discord, has been to all kinds of fucked up deals, has been to babies being stolen in the night. I'm not saying they're all like that. I'm sure there are plenty of elements to these worlds, to these realms, that resist those things the same as I do, but you can't change the fact that that's been our experience. And if I had the choice to stop the Fae being able to interact with Boros at all, to fuck with our lives the way they seem to enjoy... Look at this fucking bee! This thing's insane! And if we could change that...
Oracle
Okay.
is helping us.
Yeah, I actually think, I mean, now you're just talking shit on, he didn't do anything. And before I was like, ooh, okay, this is a little freaky because of the voice, but now I'm kind of like, nah, I love it. Now I love the beat, because he beat
Spoils is your friend! Don't bring Spoils into this!
Spoils has honestly been nothing but nice to us.
walking. This does not concern
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, you don't need to talk.
Like, you can't just show up and be mean.
He can.
No.
I understand. You are from Boros. Most of you are, it seems like, and maybe not from Tarif.
Bro, I'm like two people that got spliced together by time. It doesn't get less weird in Boros. I ate someone else's soul or something. I don't know. We're not going to pretend like everything in Boros is suddenly some kind of like normal place. All of this happened in Boros. Time split in half. Everybody keeps dying, and apparently there's some kind of like above us world that can talk to us after they die. To Boros. We're just as weird. Like, it's not like, oh, remember before we got to the Fae when everything was just like really chill and normal and we all went to work? No! We own a bar that we stole from somebody, I'm pretty sure, and we have a Chili's that burned down, which I'd really like to get back to at some point. I would actually really like to revisit some of the property that we've got sitting. But that's besides the point.
Just at least promise me. We're being careful about this.
Okay.
We're not taking things
Listen,
on face
here's-
value.
I did too. I think that was some great points. I agree.
Both of you made great points, and I'm going to give you like a pat on the
Thank
shoulder.
you.
You know, like a bardic inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And
How about this? Since we are now getting to know each other and we are going to rescue some more people that might become part of our family, I'll agree to have your back as long as you continue to move forward in our relationship and in this world. Checking your prejudice, man.
I am open to seeing new things. And I'm very open to being proved wrong.
If you're gonna be suspicious of people, just be suspicious of everybody. That's what I do.
I am suspicious of everyone here, for sure.
That's you just ruined it. That thing.
Yeah, you did.
You just messed that. Suspicious of everyone. And once you say here, that's where the prejudices come in, and that's what your sister is concerned about.
Right. Very well.
Yeah.
We proceed forward. I'll keep an open eye and an open mind. And if things are up and up, on the up and up, then I'm more than happy to eat crow. And more than anyone else, I promise you, I don't want there to be a malignant dimension or force. Even spring.
We're in an active war zone. It's not like I can guarantee that there's not something bad that we're about to encounter. But there might be a giant malignant force that is actively corrupting an entire, realm. And they were weird before that. So just, keep an open mind.
And there are refugees on both sides, from Boros and from the Feywild. We already can see that.
No, certainly.
I think we're close to the camp now.
Yeah, I can smell smoke, thank God.
Indeed.
Wow, I'm turning into a bee.
No!
Indeed, the buzzing little bee boy has little difficulty in navigating the Fey terrain. You've already been making swift progress, and as he flitters along, he casts a big, shiny eye back over the group.
The bee does?
The bee does. Lot of mortals with you. Spoinkles doesn't see very many mortals here in the wild, especially not now. How did you all find your way in here?
We have no idea. I live here.
I also live here.
We're visiting.
I fell in a hole once.
What
I live in the
exciting
orphanage.
stories.
Yeah. We were visiting the orphanage.
Mm.
Good old Peaches.
It's me.
Good old
It's me, I'm Peaches. I work at the orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad to have learned your backstories.
What's your backstory?
Spoinkles?
Yeah, tell us about yourself, good
that
sir.
old yarn. Spoinkles has been around for many, many years.
Are we approaching the camp?
Millennia, in fact.
Talking to Ben.
you are, in fact, approaching the camp.
Can I just, like a gentle reminder of how bees work and how much of a heathen I was as a child. You know, if you catch a bee and you put it in the refrigerator, it kind of goes to sleep, and
Yeah.
you put a leash on it. Remember that thing where you asked how I was different, and I said that if I'm close to a thing, it's cold. This bee's going to sleep. I went out of my way to mention that I was staying very close to the bee.
You did.
Let the record show.
You put a leash on a bee?
I'm about to leash this bee.
Fascinating.
This is the second canonical leash in failsafe history.
For a very different purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barbara.
Wherever you are.
Barbara.
Barbara's up there for sure.
Barbara's
too.
definitely up there.
She was up there.
As that effect is taking place, you peek over a cliff. And in the valley below, you see a massive congregation of peoples, jury-rigged tents and domiciles, bonfires and cooking pots, and companies of summer wild soldiers monitoring perimeters. The cliff itself is a solid 100-foot drop below, but you notice there is a waterfall to your right, which instead of running off and down the side of the cliff, just kind of carries forward, sloping and curving as though following an invisible, gravity-agnostic river. Spoinkles points to it. Spoinkles can fly, but the meat people can't. There's too much meat, it's too heavy to fly. You gotta take the waterfall. I hope you can swim, because, meat does float. Well, Spoinkle's sleepy.
That's okay. Just gotta rest a little bit. We've traveled so far.
Oh.
Are you leashing the bee?
No, I want to absolutely leave this bee without fulfilling our weird fey bargain.
Leave this bee.
Let it be. I'm gonna let it be. But I am gonna use my what's my thing called? My performance of creation, and I'm gonna leave like one of those really nice like cards that it opens up and it like unfolds and has a little thing.
Pop-up card.
Little pop-up card.
Does it have the like?
With the it's got some confetti in it. And it says on the front, "Let's be friends."
Wow.
And it's got a little voice box in it. That's just each one of us saying, "Thanks so much for your help. You're a true friend. Goodbye forever."
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And I just kind of tuck that under my D and be like, "Let's run."
So, as we approach you've come to the cliff's edge. As you've approached
I jump.
Me too. I dive.
You all dive into the
Well, I do.
the water. Fantastic. Well, then, as all of us do that,
Are you diving?
Yeah, sure.
We dive in?
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
diving.
diving.
We
All right,
diving.
I'm in.
I guess that's what we're doing.
as we all dive into the magic floating river, we'll be taking a very short break. You all dive into the rushing stream as you're swiftly carried away, leaving behind the quietly snoozing lump of spoinkles behind. You careen through the rapids, twisting and flipping in all directions as the waterfall carries you to just over the camp. Looking down at the water you're in, you see something a little bit curious. Through the water, you don't see the ground that you would expect below, or even the sky, as you flip over and look upward, but instead, some other terrain entirely that you can't quite place. However, you are now slushing just about 30 feet above one section of the camp. What do you do?
Dive.
We're slushing above the camp.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
The river runs over the camp.
Dive.
You just swim through and try and go out the other side.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'd like everybody to roll a wisdom save.
Oh, what's your wisdom?
Let's find out.
I got a plus
Hey,
one.
how many rerolls do we
A lot.
We got matching 7s with +0.
Okay,
Burn through
I
them
guess
now.
it's a plus
Burn
two.
through them now if you're not available for the fight.
Yeah, I will, actually.
I'll also take a reroll.
Go for it.
Wow.
Go for it.
Consequences.
I'm gonna open my husband's.
I'm a cleric.
I love you.
I should be
I
wise.
rolled a natural one the second time, and that's funnier. So I'm
feel
gonna
like
be
we're fighting. The pill bug looks mad at me.
Yeah, just bubbles coming out.
Scorpions can hold their breath for 6 days. I think the bug's fine.
Wow. What is Rickard?
Cool.
So numbers.
21.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go fresh.
Natural 1.
7. Add 4 to it.
11.
Okay.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
18.
Okay. So 1, 7.
11.
11. I'm so sorry. 1 and 11. You're still on the list with Abria.
Okay.
Do you want a bardic inspiration? You want to take that again?
No, but I just want to acknowledge my 11.
Yeah.
Acknowledge.
Thank
Two
you.
digits. That's so many.
Beautiful. The 3 of you are fine. You're able to just plop out through the bottom. However, the 2 of you, as you exit the lower bit of this river, you realize that maybe Spoinkles might have had some advice for you as to how you were supposed to leave the river on your way out. As you notice that unusual terrain that you could get your eyes on, you could see through the surface of the water on both sides. Well, it does something. Specifically, you feel as your mind is split and stretched between multiple different wilds and locations all at the same time.
Where's Kitan?
Prop.
With us?
Yeah. And
Wait, with us or with the
Or with
that
us?
roll well?
everyone's killing it. No, Kisan and Lily are both with you guys.
Great.
Okay, cool.
Both high teens on the
I
dice.
don't want to be in that thruple with them.
I don't
Need
either.
to see what me, baby.
Ooh, I don't either.
Somewhere Kisan takes damage.
I don't either.
I'll go by.
Beautiful. For right now, what that means is the both of you take.
Oh my god.
Are we finally taking damage in this season? Let's go.
16 points of psychic damage,
Wow.
and a
Speak for
piece,
yourself.
a little
Oh, yeah, you
piece
missed
of
the
your
last episode,
mind.
We all almost died.
I was there the whole time.
A little piece of your mind has been abandoned elsewhere. It is somewhere else in the wilds, hopefully to be recovered later. What effects this may have on you, we shall see. But I'm gonna write
So are
your
we
names
lowering our
down.
maximum hit points because of this?
mental though.
Yeah, my mind.
We'll resolve that.
I'd like to take advantage of something I've never gotten to do with my fiance that everyone got to do because their fiancés were in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't. Now, technically, as fiancés, we can read each other's thoughts. However, Effie, when she's kind of like plummeting through and gets ahead and doesn't see Kai up there, if I can, I would like to just give like a knock to do so without just entering your mind. I don't want to hear your thoughts without permission, so I just kind of knock to be like, what's going on in there?
Everything
You
okay?
go back there?
You feel
Which part of the duplex are you knocking on? Please go knock on the part of my mind that went somewhere else. So we
Yeah.
know where it is.
Where do I go?
Let's roll. See which part of the mind.
I hate to say this, I can tell you right now what happens, but
Tell me.
you feel someone open the door that
Yeah.
you are metaphorically knocking upon.
Yeah, had a feeling.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, that's
Effie?
not what I had a feeling about at all!
Oh, well, come on in.
Wait,
I've
is that
got,
even a thing this week?
I've got a cat. No, but I've been in her head this whole time.
Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that? You have a mind guy. You've had one for a while.
You ate Guy?
Yeah.
When did you eat Guy?
No, I'm more just like in her head.
Like a mind's eye, but a mind guy.
A mind's guy.
You can come in and chill for a while if you want.
Where's Kai?
Not in right now, as you can tell by the elevator music playing.
Yeah, you hear Kai, like, kind of beatboxing the girl from Ipanema.
Yeah. I was gonna try to check on my fiance. Can you just like check if she's okay?
Yeah, I can like take a message.
That's actually not what I asked in the scientist.
Yeah, I feel like I got a lot going on right now, and she's up in the top, real busy, getting her mind split up into a bunch of bits. So.
What?
Oh, you didn't know?
I can't hurt you without
Guess you guys aren't really that close after all.
You can come on, my guy. You're good.
I don't want to risk hurting your brain. It's a very good brain.
I control her breathing and circulation.
Jeez.
It's a very
My
powerful
guy,
elevator.
he's an amygdala. No, I can't get there.
I was gonna also try to say that, but couldn't find the
Yeah, I
word.
couldn't get guy.
Amygdala.
The amygdala, thank you.
Yeah, a mig guide. Yeah.
Yeah. You also get there and you're like,
Amygdala.
Yeah. It's close.
Yeah, so I tried to make myself indispensable up here. Because I know what happens to me in these things.
I'm gonna close the door and I'm gonna try and. Did I shoot out the other side?
You are out now, yes.
Where am I?
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah, do it.
Your feet, faces, asses, all depending on how graceful you
Feather
were.
falls.
Woo! For how
Back in the
many?
shell.
Oh wait, I can
5.
fly.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
so
can fly.
You can fly.
Oh, so you can cover 5 people.
Yeah.
And you can fly. You're all fine. You all gracefully make contact with solid Earth. You're immediately.
Sorry, Kisan.
I
My
got
sister's here too.
I got him. I'm flying. I got him.
You all immediately make contact with solid Earth. You're immediately set upon by soldiers of the Summer Wild. A couple of fire elemental looking folks like Ember, others that look like humanoid birds of paradise plants, several Lagosii, and a few anthropomorphic meerkats as well. They're holding what look like long, segmented swords streaked with a yellow metal that even now you can feel giving off an incredible heat. One of the elementals speaks up. Be still! Identify yourselves!
Hey, bestie.
and they'll identify this. And I'm gonna cast Summon Draconic Spirit.
Whoa!
Suck my butt. The part of me that was nice is gone.
Oh, Jesus!
Oh no!
This bodes well for the remainder of the campaign.
This is
We're doing fucking great.
What is-
a refugee camp!
I don't give a fuck.
As you lay waste to the refugees, what does your draconic
God.
spirit look
No.
like?
I'm not laying waste to the refugees. I just don't like guards pointing stuff at me and telling me what to do. So this giant,
Where do these earrings come from?
giant hoop earrings that are also little dragons that and horses. Yeah, this giant winter dragon that again has that like big like fluffy mane, so it kind of looks a little lionish. Like circles around in like a
kind of climb to the top of it. I'm like, you don't tell me what to fucking do.
Oh!
Why are we here? I forgot what we're doing.
We're rescuing your sweetheart.
Put your hands down, you're fine.
Oh.
You put your hands up.
You notice like slowly like 30, 40, 50 more guards begin to
Cool.
slowly assemble
You
in.
don't have enough people. You're a refugee camp.
You really don't.
Not an army like garrison.
I'm gonna climb up onto the dragon. Hey.
What's up, baby?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do this right
A
now.
natural.
I'm gonna.
Hang on, one second.
My
I'm so
dad
sorry.
energy is gonna walk forward as this love energy walks that way. I'm gonna move. Yeah.
Permission to like modify memory and help you get maybe the rest of yourself back.
I would love it if you didn't modify my memory, but thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll always ask first. Okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, you're so good.
Papa? And now getting a slightly closer look at
Yeah.
the fire elemental in the front, you recognize Flare, Ember's brother,
Oh my god!
the organist, who sets aside his
Hey!
organ.
Wasn't he just like an absolute catch? I
Yeah!
remember him just being an absolute catch.
Yeah!
You're fine, the rest of you.
Poppy!
Oh my god!
Holy shit, how
bring
you doing?
it
Come here, come
in!
here.
Yeah, we going.
All right.
Oh,
We're
no.
It's so nice to see you.
It's been a long time. How you been?
Hey, by the way, your sister's engaged.
Holy shit!
I know.
That's news to I haven't seen her since everything went to
I
shit
know,
out here.
she's so worried about you. She didn't know if you were still alive. This is awesome.
Hey, who'd
This
she
is a
get?
touching reunion, but can you get your boys to back the fuck up real quick?
Step like a foot back. Who'd you get checked up with?
Love that.
Some fox. You know.
Oh,
You know.
that Volpesh kid.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah. You know what? He's a good kid.
Yeah.
I always liked that guy.
Yeah.
A little bit stiff for me, but.
Wow, what did you do?
I have no idea what's going on, but I am having a great time.
This is really weird. Hi, I'm Peaches from the orphanage.
Yeah, this is Peaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're not. How
I'm
about the rest
so
of you
sorry.
guys?
Are you... Someone just gave you a name that they prefer to be called by. If you negate that, we're gonna have a fucking problem. And let me be very clear, I'm still standing on a giant goddamn dragon.
Yeah, I know, it's great. It's beautiful.
Thank
Are you
you
guys
so
doing
much.
like the fake thing where like you don't want to give me your names or?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
where the fuck do you think we are, my guy?
So they're like super suspicious, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's
No,
fine.
it's also, I also just, I think she likes being called Peaches.
I'm actually just having a really good time with it. I fully trust the Fae.
Yeah.
Oh, if you just like it, yeah. What's up,
Yeah.
Peach? Yeah, let's do this.
No,
Here's
it's
the
just
thing,
been having a good
whatever,
time.
Whatever her vibe was when she said it, like that should be optimized for. So
Hey,
I think
look.
you owe Peaches an apology.
Far be it from me to get in the way. You know what? Live your best life. How's the orphanage doing, by the way?
Crushed!
Shit. Oh, I used to love that place. A lot of big daddy energy there.
Big Daddy. energy.
No more.
Oh, it's okay. You can still get Big Daddy
R.I.P. Rest in
energy.
Peaches.
Rest in peaches.
I have to go.
As the conversation ensues, and I'd like to remark as well that as you've entered the camp, well, you've been through a lot.
Sure.
You've been through a lot because of the Fae, in fact. And you feel like you've accrued a little bit of something you're owed. As a matter of fact, you've gotten a couple of Fae favors.
Ooh.
You can cash in.
Favor.
A favor for Kettle,
Hey.
and a favor for Kai.
Oh,
That can be cashed in
we love to
with the
see
Fae.
it.
This can only go well.
I love where this is at.
But as the conversation ensues, there's suddenly a commotion in the crowds a few tents away. A voice rises up, drowned out at first by the din of the camp, but growing louder. Papa there? Papa! Pav, rather. Lily! Sorry, Big Daddy energy here.
Papa, you can
Papa,
call
can
me.
you hear
You
me?
can call me Papa. Do you
Pav,
love it when
Lily.
they call him Big Papa? I do.
Where are
I
you?
can wave our hands in the air.
The crowd
I
splits.
really don't care.
The crowd splits and two people push forward. A man, tall, portly, and strong, with strong, dark, chocolatey, black hair and a deep tan. And a woman, willowy, with long red hair tied in a braid and with freckles. They're both filthy and covered in injuries, and the man is soaked by sweat, and you can see his fingers are bloody and raw, almost down to the bone. Popala, you have found your parents, and they approach you. The initial excitement as they walk up seems to have tempered a little bit as they appear cautious now.
You recognize me?
How could I not? Aside from all of the obvious daddy features, it's really you. I'd know my daughter anywhere. I don't really know what to do in this moment. Oh my god, Lily, honey, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was real rude.
We tried to get back. I couldn't get past the hill. I just kept winding up back here where I started.
It's okay, we got it.
But Pav, gods, we thought we'd never see you again.
Yeah.
And your mother approaches you as well and gently places her hands on your shoulders, looking as well a bit trepidatious.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're a woman now. Have the Fae been good to you? Have you had a good life here?
I put my hands on their shoulders back. A little dad-like. I cure wounds.
Ooh. You see their cuts and scrapes begin to close and disappear.
Great. And I just say, how come Lily didn't know about me?
They shoot a glance at each other.
Man, I know it must have been painful, but would have been nice to see recognition when I saw my sister for the first time.
At the time, we thought that it would be easier for her to grow up not realizing what she's lost than to suffer for your lack throughout her life, knowing that she'd likely never be able to see you again. And also, if I'm being honest with you, well, we've never really been able to get over what we did, what we had to do. And
Which was?
it's all happening really fast.
Say it.
I know. It's
Pav.
pretty fast, but I've had a couple of years to think about it. And
A
I'm
whole
sure you
lifetime
have
in the
too.
making.
When you were born, Pav, you were very, very ill. And no matter what clerics we saw, or gods we consulted, or medicines we tried, there was no bringing you back from it. We'd resigned ourselves to having to lose you, to bury our daughter. And, well, that was when we were approached with an offer. A woman came to the house and told us that if we allowed you to go with her, that she would be able to give you a life, that you would be healthy in the Feywild, where the impermanence of time there wouldn't allow your sickness to consume you. We talked for a very long time. She stayed at our house over the weekend, and by the end of it, we agreed. And I know this is absolutely no consolation and no excuse, but the decision killed us.
I wrap my arms around them.
And they both bring you into a big hug, and you feel the stain, the wet of tears on your shoulder, as well as that hesitation recedes but does not dissipate. And you certainly get the feeling that the hesitation, more than anything else, is born from guilt. But she was right. You lived. And you had a life which is more than we could have ever given you and more than we ever could have asked for. Even if now all of this is kind of going to shit as well. Pav,
Popala.
Popala, I'm so sorry. Of course,
No,
you have a
no.
different name here, I'm sorry.
No.
Can I insight check Popala?
Yeah, of
I
course.
just want to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
15.
Okay.
Are you attempting to hide or withhold anything? Okay.
No. I think what you get with the 15 is she seems to have taken on that extreme calm that she got outside when she had a conversation with Ella. That sort of, when presented with information and the understanding that she cannot change, so there is this peace that is washed over her with an extreme spike of curiosity. You get right on the tail end. That is palpable. And her thoughts are elsewhere as she's hearing this conversation and meeting these people.
And you've made a bunch of friends.
Yeah. Here, let me... Actually, yeah, me first. Hello. I'm Poppy. Popala. What are your names?
It's good to meet you, Popala. I'm Zinnia, my husband Yarrow.
Wow. Lily? You goofer. She told me both of your names were Gerard or something like that.
Yep.
We just met her. It was a lot. And also, I'm Faye. She probably gave me a different name. Mm-hmm. You're really smart. You're starting to learn. All right.
You see her like...
Great. This is my family. They've helped me more than you know. I hope you will soon. This is Peaches.
It's okay. I'm happy. Sorry, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie for long. I can only lie for a little bit. I'm happy.
Somewhere Spoinkles is listening intently.
Spoinkles is still asleep. It was fun, but I'm not really. I'm trying not to spend my stupid name on a pad.
Sure. I'm sure they'd be fine with it.
Oh, that's cool. Hi, I'm Effie.
It's good to meet you, Effie.
And I'm sitting on the tongue of my dragon inside its open mouth. It's just like cool. Like,
it's so fucking cool.
Cool fog. I was expecting
cool, but it's also sick.
It's just like super badass.
Leaned up on one arm. It's a very Game of Thrones pose. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm in crisis.
Greetings, my name's Aunt Cream from the orphanage.
How long have you been waiting to do that?
Since we've been in the Fae, it's my name. From the orphanage.
Yeah, from the orphanage, absolutely.
Right, so you're a duet act.
We should try that sometime.
Oh my god, did it?
We never
She's
tried.
your squire.
And
you
are.
Peaches?
Well, no, you're Aunt Cream, so
It
you're...
sounds better that way.
If you're Aunt Cream, you're her squire, right?
It does appear that way, doesn't it? Look at that backstory.
Wow, I love my
How's the
squire.
turntable?
Get out of here, Spoinkle.
Seriously. And I'm Ella, and Ella is just like doing the dad meeting the new boyfriend pose, like being incredibly protective of. Yeah, like what are your intentions here?
I like your choice of footwear.
A dunk.
Is that the mom or the dad?
That was the mom.
Oh, love it.
What I immediately flashed to what my dad's wearing on his feet.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Oh, it's socks and sandals.
Yes! Oh my god, I have a dad!
I'm a dad.
And somehow the sandals are New Balance.
Wow.
No, New Balance.
My dad's gonna be so good as he ages.
Yes.
Thanks for taking care of your body, Dad.
Oh, well, of course. Working a ranch, more or less just the two of us, you stay fit.
Yeah. To zoom out of you know, this cool moment, how's everyone doing? Is this refugee camp okay? Or you mentioned that you literally can't get out of it.
Oh, no, well, we don't know our way around this area. No, but the rest of us, we're just looking for a safe spot away from all the encouraging forces.
Sure.
Well, we can move these people when we need to, but for right now, this is the best defended position we have. I do hate to digress from the topic a little bit, though, but obviously, we're family. Obviously, we all know each other, so let me help you out. What are you doing here? Like, what do you need?
Wow. Flair.
Flair, that's right.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I don't know who's talking to me.
There you go.
Hey, there it is.
Stars to be like, I'm Flair.
Yeah. Flair.
I'm trying to keep the voices somewhat
Yeah, I know.
distinct.
Good. I thought
Yeah.
you were doing me for a second.
We're gonna give you a hello I'm sticker.
Yes.
What'd you ask? I just met my parents.
What do you guys need? What are you doing here? How can I help you?
We were looking for allies. Essentially, we're getting a squad together to take down the spring.
We also noticed that there appear to have been, after the battle, some people haven't been missing, taken by the enemy or something, and we are looking for many of those people.
We've racked up a lot of losses, let me tell you. There's no question about that. In fact, the very fact that my sister's still alive is news to me, and welcome at that.
They're
So,
safe.
why is she not with you?
What didn't we bring her with? Oh, because we're looking for.
She went.
She set off to look for Rala.
Yes. Yes. So, the castle is ravaged.
Yeah.
And so the queen is obviously somewhere. So we, Ember went to go look for her because that's definitely where we need to go next.
We need all of the Fey Lords to come together with us to finish this.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you want an audience with Lord Summersinge, I can bring you to her.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. No, she's encamped at the peak of the Eastern Reach. We could be there in about an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Useful. Let's go.
Oh.
Hey, you wanna
I wouldn't.
go?
I wouldn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Flair,
You trying to like breakdance fight me right now? I'm
Flair?
gonna kill you with my
Flair?
drag.
Throws down the cardboard.
Flair, my guy. Focus. You're an organ player.
He
They
turns
will
from blue back to
eat
red.
you alive. Believe me. And you need to
organists
beat your
here are like the tough
sister.
guys.
I know
That's
what you
so
do.
wild.
There's so many pedals. My quads are off the
Is this
rails.
what the summer wild brings? Because you wouldn't last a minute where I'm from.
He thinks you're talking about dance fighting. He doesn't understand.
Like normal fighting?
I do
Why
stab
doesn't he
fighting too.
understand normal fighting?
Because he's an organ player, that's what he does. They take him to the front line. They have big dance battles, and that's the music that fuels the fight.
I can also punch stuff.
It's the stomping from the dancing.
I cannot.
I'm gonna stomp you.
What'd you
Hey,
say?
Flair,
Hey, don't worry about me.
Dancing. Flair,
Are you talking about dancing or actual fighting?
Hey, every friend of Popola's gotta get a little hazed. Come on. Ugh.
Oh.
I feel like Flair just freezes.
Yeah, no, 100%.
No.
Yeah.
So much steam is released, and he's just charcoal now.
He's charcoal.
All right.
wow, you really look like your sister
Wild.
now.
Gotta get the engine running a little bit more, huh?
Oh, where's my fiance? Oh, there he is. I'm putting him in my pocket.
Yeah.
What do you have?
A fiance.
My fiance.
Like Pokeball size?
How you doing, boo?
Irish, go! Okay, you want to go to Rala?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take you to Rala.
Drastically.
No, we want to go to the other one. Not Rala.
Yeah, Rala.
Rala's the summer one.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we'll go get the rest.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
All right, come here.
Okay.
While we go, I'm using the ability I have to make any place feel like comfortable and homey, and I'm just gonna like imbue that energy behind us as we like head to the next thing, so that the refugees are as comfortable as possible.
Perfect.
Cozy wake.
Yeah.
Hey Ella,
Yeah.
have you ever noticed how the flowers are kind of nice?
Oh, now that you pointed out, thank you so much for pointing out. That made me so happy.
Kai, are you
Huh.
okay?
What do you mean?
Like, are you good?
No, something devastating happened when we were exiting the river.
Okay.
Straight up not having a good time.
Okay.
I'm having a terrible time.
I would love to help you.
The sweetest
Something
sad boy
devastating.
energy.
I actually would really love to help you have a better time. I tried to, when we were swimming down the river,
Sure.
and I got a little bit ahead, I tried to come back and visit your mind because now that we're engaged, we can do that. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that. That's incredible.
Yeah, so you can kind of read my thoughts or whatever. But unfortunately, I did knock at the door, and I was a little bit surprised by who answered.
Did you meet my mind guy?
I did.
Oh, God,
I
I'm
didn't
so
know.
sorry about that.
So that's like news to me.
Yeah.
And I just feel like our communication, you know, like it's new.
I
and we're-
apologize. I forgot I was the landlord for a little bit.
Most landlords
So do
do.
they all.
Yes. So I don't know if that's what's doing this to you.
No, he's been in there for a minute. This was something quite acute and sudden.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like some fundamental part of my psyche or like my self-conception of who I am and the way I think and behave is now discrete and separate from me. And I don't know where it went.
So,
Hey Kai, you talking about mind stuff?
Like a little bit.
I think that kind of happened to me too.
Both
wait, it
of
did
us.
what?
Oh no.
Well,
Is your mind okay?
I
Do you want
feel
me
like
to go check?
a little piece is missing, and everything looks so nice, and I just don't think I'm angry anymore.
Oh no! I think I understand what may have happened here.
Oh my god, I'm
think-
so happy.
I think he lost the part that makes him incredibly angry and hostile to this environment.
I'm not mad about that.
Oh no!
And you?
No, I'm fine.
Can I?
Your
Maybe
eyes
can I go
twitching.
check? I'm gonna go. Do you mind if I do just a? I'm gonna go check.
Sure.
Or
Go ahead and do that. But as this happens, you're having a great moment here. Bonding, learning things about each other. But
I'm very worried.
the Feywild always has a little something else to say about that.
Yeah, I was already
Sure.
very angry.
Does it?
As you feel the two of your minds
oh,
swap in a Freaky Friday.
Talking to
Us
him.
two?
You and you.
Oh, us. Got
Yes.
it.
oh.
This is incredibly complicated right now.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a new landlord.
Oh my god! I'm gonna strangle Mind Guy in my own mind.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get in the mind, and I'm gonna grab Mind Guy by the throat, and I'm gonna push him against the wall and go, "Where's the rest of my fiance's brain?"
I'm gonna knock on my fiance's self's brain's door.
Just a second.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Oh my god, hold on. Okay, wait, no. Voice is stored in the throat. What's up?
Well, this actually seems much easier to do, so I'm going to do your voice.
No, you're right. No, that was correct. You got it. Yeah, it's stored in the.
Are you checking my mind?
Um,
Your mind guy. Someone's mind.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, earmuffs.
No, I'm fine. Yes,
I'm not gonna kill him. I'm just trying to like shake him down for some information.
Sure.
Mind you, has muscles. It's very fun.
I have muscles too. We can talk about it later. Anyway, you're very pretty and I'm having a very good time inside of you.
Whoa!
What? I do?
Quick, pee on
I
it.
know you're judging me.
Now,
I two people sliced in half. So
considering,
maybe I could just say what I want. Don't worry
hey,
about it.
what?
Hi.
Yeah. Now it's kind of like we're both kind of split,
Yeah.
which is very interesting, in half with like other things. I was just wondering, like the version of you that you are now, and I don't know if this really applies while we're like Fantasy Freaky Friday. But like, do you still like me?
Oh my god, I like you. I mean, honestly, even more because I have much more access to my feelings.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I love you so much, and please don't kill my mind guy.
Okay. I love you so much.
We can do what, like anything up to the point of death is totally fine.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, feel it. I feel like a killer.
Sweet.
It's still like.
I have a bunch of like creation powers. If you want to play with any of those, go ahead. You can do whatever you want.
Hey, so like, what do you need?
Shut up!
Where's the rest of
My
her brain?
tea's getting cold. And you even notice as you hold the mind guy's throat with your mind hand, you have purchase on it, but his mind flesh resists your grip.
You said that. I leave. I exit the mind palace.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's really bad where
His
But I'm
mind
here
flesh
now.
resists your grip
You mean your
significantly, and you feel actually unable to harm Guy here.
Wow.
Listen, I'm down to play ball, but in this domain, I'm invincible.
Good. You already were. It's very interesting because usually I'm in a position where there's not much I can do physically, but I can mess with brains. And now I'm in this body, and
Think of me
I'm
like
not
a
gonna mess with
friend,
this brain.
a confidant.
No, I don't.
Hey,
think
I
like
gave
that.
Kai some advice when she was thinking of starting things with you. I'm known for my fatherly advice.
Oh no.
Did they make Dad? They Guy dadded.
We'll
They
see.
dadded Guy. What advice did you give them? What'd you say?
Well, listen, I want to clarify that it was early in the relationship when y'all were still kind of courting. And
first of all, we're gay. We're always courting.
Hell yeah!
I let
It's
them
not really
know.
a phase for us.
I let them know that considering you'd been through a lot and come from kind of a traumatic experience with your mind getting all spliced up with the timelines like that, that you know, to make sure that you take it slow and give you your space and let things develop organically, even if you have a lot of really passionate feelings right now, that sometimes these things take time. Sounds like things worked out pretty well overall.
I'll
if
find
I
a
went
way.
slow, it's Guy's fault.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna find a way, and I will head back out into the world of the
Have a
rest
good
of
one.
you.
Hi, my name is Effie.
We know.
That yeah.
I'm Peaches, and then just start doing body rolls.
Papa,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
all of a sudden you feel a funny feeling somewhere in your body.
Is it where I hope it is?
It migrates around for a moment before settling, and
It's just one at a time.
I was sitting down. I get launched.
And he's gonna chase you down wherever you land. How much money does Effie have? Because I'm about to make it rain.
I spent the fall, and I just slow descent.
He has so.
I'm now grabbing leaves off of trees and throwing them.
as you are daddy donked up, you are now you are fully caked.
Great. I
Write
now
that down.
You
permanently.
never want to walk around
as I-
alone half cake.
No. You just go in a circle. As I land, I now permanently do that like full hit dad
Yes.
walk.
Oh,
yes.
Like
Yes.
It's speed
yes,
walking.
it's the speed
Yeah.
walk, but it's so whoa, whoa, whoa.
And it creates gusts,
Yeah. Yeah.
just trashing the camp. Popula, we'd love to come too with you if you're going to see this Rala person as well. We'd love to join you.
She's the queen regent of the area, isn't that right?
Oh, okay.
He's a lord.
Yeah.
The Lord, yes. Well, then we'd love to join you.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I would like to get to know my daughter.
Yeah.
If you could. Absolutely.
Thanks, Dad.
You can tell us apart.
That sounds weird. So weird to say.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Do you need anything this moment? Are you?
I'm not gonna say it. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
You're lying.
I am lying.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, this jumpsuit not big enough for this dad donk.
Oh.
I have a
don't.
huge wedgie.
I want a d20 roll. Just flat.
I cast freedom from Wedgie.
11.
I've got a spell.
Oh my god.
Go look at all
I cast
your
stretch
spells.
denim.
Those clothes are barely hanging on, Popala. Yeah, like one ill-advised flex,
Yeah.
and it's curtains.
So now I'm stiff,
You could
dad.
at least lend a mending.
Super stiff, dad.
Okay, yeah. Mending.
Great. Well, as you begin to proceed through the
Yeah, we'd
camp,
love to have you come. Come. By the way, this is Flair, and and I'm doing the whole thing, and
I'm Kai.
I'm Effie.
oh,
And I'm gonna walk around and ask everyone to tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah.
And this has nothing to do with Kai's personality. It has everything to do with I think everyone should tell my fiance they're very pretty.
what do you look like when you do that?
This heart is on fire right now.
I look exactly how Kai left off. So in the like wintry kind of like base Kai.
Yeah.
Extra wintry base Kai.
Yeah, you're kind of pretty.
I'm sorry, what?
Kermit. What do you have that makes people roll again?
What?
I have things that make people roll again.
Sure.
So
I do whatever you do.
I'd say you're about middle of the road pretty.
I'm so sorry. What?
Whoa.
oh my gosh,
What are you
that is
talking
the
about?
biggest
She's
compliment.
beautiful.
I'm so sorry. Who said that?
Some guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Be
was a
specific.
guy.
There's what appears to be a ladybug smoking a pipe, sitting on a stump.
Oh, you have fireball.
I'm doinkus.
Firebolt.
Oh Jesus! You shoot the firebolt, and the ladybug goes and lights the pipe.
was that to the one who said you were pretty or the one who said you were middle of the road?
Middle of the road.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Oh, thank you
I was
very
figuring
much.
out what's okay and what's not.
I'm sorry. What?
Just smoked out that ladybug. I was like, yeah, you're gonna revise your statement now?
High. I know.
I just got a ladybug high.
Very strange. I don't feel as effectual as my girl as when I want to. This isn't good. I don't want to.
What? Well, as we begin to move through the camp, we have a confessional for the boba.
Why?
Oh, was dead.
They're
Count-
not never let go of the boba.
Count me in, motherfuckers!
What?
Okay.
Also smoking.
It's been years since that day. And I remember it like it was yesterday. When Delta's meat almost fell, and the shitty Avengers came together to save the day. It's been many years now. And I feel in my tapioca that something is coming again. The Fae in this realm, spring never sleeps. And I think it's about time we start getting the old band back together.
Boo, where's Bitch House? I miss Bitch House.
I also think
Wasn't a
Miss
confessional
Bitch
for
House.
the bitch house.
I'm a house.
But this time,
Brittany!
this
It's
time,
Brittany, Bitch House.
The voices in my head are deafening.
We're here forever.
all
You're
the,
locked in here with us, Boba.
all the lives I've taken, they never leave. This time, though, in the final fight against Spring, we're going in prepared. So we're training. It may take years, generations, who knows? But when that day, it may take a whole season. But when that day comes, we're gonna be ready. I'll see you there.
I got a tapioca high.
Oh.
All right.
Wow.
We didn't know what's going on.
Me neither.
Used to it.
You weave your way through
We're
camp,
weaving.
led by Flair.
We weaving, we weeding, we're growing. We
As the as the pocket.
Silvery barbs, reroll whatever you roll.
Yeah. Wow, that sucks for you.
No. Good.
As Effie,
Yeah.
you feel
No.
your satchel grow just a little bit.
Which Effie? Yeah, be
The
specific.
the Effie who.
Physical Effie.
Well, so
Yes,
you're
I'm
sitting in that spot.
I think you're the Effie that fucks.
Then you know what? Fuck it, never mind. Kai took this from you. Yeah, okay. So Kai will get this when you switch back. You feel Kai's pocket grow a little bit in size as Kai's body, has received another Fey favor.
Oh, dang it. Take it with you.
It just feels like a favor.
It's like a little ticket.
What's that?
This appeared in your pocket.
You can have it. Yeah.
Just little says I owe you.
I give it to you.
Okay, I put it in my pocket.
Which is
And
like
now we both have one?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry. I'm having a great time.
There are thousands of refugees here, all displaced by the aggressions of spring, set up in a variety of rough, jury-rigged domiciles of hollowed-out mushrooms, burrows within the earth, and ephemeral constructs of the tumultuous id. Also, like some tents and stuff. Harrowed eyes follow you as you proceed, pleas for peace, glimmering behind the wounds and horrors of a conquered people. Bamboo creatures cook their own shoots for sustenance, and songbird settlers hungrily eye their strawberry neighbors. Life here balances on a knife's edge.
So my aura of like cozy. My little cozy aura.
Cozy,
Like
cozy,
an
cozy,
aura
cozy,
of
cozy, cozy,
snacks so
cozy.
we don't eat each other like reindeers. What is happening?
Popala,
Yeah.
you feel just a gentle little like tug on your arm, as it feels like Lily is kind of pulling you aside. As you're all continuing to walk.
Since I will also pop an aura of vitality as we're walking through this refugee camp. Just give everyone we go by a little health and some health and cozy.
Absolutely.
Hey Lily, what's up?
Do you have a stone phone?
I don't know.
Dang
No.
it.
We don't get
Alright.
any reception in the south of Tarif.
Ah.
No stone towers.
Yeah.
That didn't deserve a laugh. But thank you.
I like when we hear Sloan and Josh.
Yeah.
Popala, I wanted to apologize.
Okay. Sure.
You're right. It's not fair to paint everything associated with the Fae with the same brush. And clearly the people here are suffering just as much as we are back on Tarif. I guess I want to ask you, and
Yeah.
I also want you to understand. When I said I grew up a bit lonely, like you, it wasn't always that way.
Did we have more siblings?
Oh God, not that I know of.
Okay.
But
Ooh.
there's a lot of episodes left, so.
You didn't know about
What?
this one.
Dang it.
What's happening?
Okay. I just want to make
Back when I was growing up, after you'd been taken,
sure. Yeah.
we had a thriving community down there on the coast. I had a lot of friends. We had an entire town that was on its way to becoming a city, really. We were establishing ourselves and really being put on the map, and I never wanted for companionship when I was youthful, because we all had people. Mom and Dad had friends. They had community, a social life. And then spring and the Fae started to come. And we lost those people. One by one by one. Now, I never knew why. We were spared. And everyone else down there was wiped out. But now I can't help but feel like the fact that they gave you up afforded us
some kind of protection. Which doesn't feel great. That we got to survive when they didn't. I want you to understand, all I've known, all I've seen is death and betrayal. And deals twisted against you. I'm angry, Popola, and I don't know where to put it. I don't know who to blame when I feel like I have so many people that I need to avenge, who deserve justice. And if we're all in this together, then who's doing this to us?
I grab her
Help me,
hands. I grab her
please.
hands. And I feel them shaking. And I squeeze them. I'm so sorry for your losses. I genuinely can't imagine the amount of pain that must have caused you.
It doesn't feel like much now compared to all this.
It is, because it's your life. And his name is Dew. That's where you put your anger. That's who's doing all of this.
Do.
Yeah. And this is the first time Poppy spits.
Yeah!
This is the first time Kettle doesn't.
Aww. Damn,
Yes.
that sounded really
And
good.
somewhere,
That was really
It's
good.
one of my skills. It's my party trick. I can sound like a howkaloogie.
That was really good.
Oh, wait, go
I got
ahead.
upset and I was like, huh.
All right.
that's really good.
It's
That's
really good.
Wow. Yeah, weird. Yeah.
Somewhere in a tea shop on the east coast of the Westlands, a bird spits.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah.
How do I get to do then?
Well, that's kind of what we're all doing. It's really hard not to say his name over and over again. We used to spit a lot. We need help. And it seems like you were fighting the way that you knew how, and this is all we can do. We try to help as many people we can along the way. We get as many people who are in need out of the way, and anyone who can help. We're gonna end it. We're gonna end him.
I'll do anything I can. I'll help you any way I know how, and I
know.
I want you to know I do trust you. I do trust your friends. They all seem like good people. The dragon thing was a bit intense.
Yeah, Kai's mind may have split in pieces. So, I don't know what's left in there, but what's left is very angry, but still really in love, which I'm really happy about.
Hi, I'm Kai.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
What did I sound like?
In the background.
Right. Well, look, I'll chip in how I can, and
Hey, your needles? Great. Just keep them away from Effie.
Oh, I'm happy. Kill me.
God, why are you all still here?
I got bored. I was sitting on the side and I wasn't listening, and then no one was looking at me doing body rolls anymore, so I came over to see what you were doing.
Wow. After that whole speech about not needing other people's validation.
Was that me?
You made $4.
Honey, do you want $1? I give you $1.
Do you want
$12?
Don't worry about it.
What about Aunt
It's a full doll hair. Do you want it? Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
I
$12.
$12. No, it's $13. I give you $1.
Nice. The dollar that Papa just put on me, I like back
I wiggle until it flutters to the ground and I stop again.
Look how silly they are. How could you be mad at them?
You're doing great.
Oh, of course, I'm not mad. I'm just like this a little bit.
Hey, dance it out.
Come on.
Just
Like, come on.
Before you hug. Throw it back.
Throw it back.
Throw it back.
Yeah.
Get ready. Hey, little sister against big sister.
Throw it back.
Boom! I hip checked her.
Hang on.
Super
I
Smash
rock
Brothers
it.
when they smash
Oh my
the
gosh,
screen.
yeah!
I rolled
was
a,
thinking,
I rolled a 4
Team
for donk
Rocket.
check.
Yeah.
Oh, but I didn't donk check.
You roll with advantage.
He just force docked. In the cloud where Lily was. I dropped it.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh shit! Actually, so Lily doesn't move at all. Your donk just ripples over
Reroll.
Lily, encompasses
15.
Lily.
There it is.
There you go.
There.
Yeah.
She comes walking back.
That's good.
There you go.
You did it.
Shake it off.
I don't have nearly as much donk as you do.
It's okay. It's temporary dadness.
Right, I guess we have people to save, right?
Yeah.
We should
You're
continue.
incredibly serious.
Right?
Yeah.
It's okay, because I'm a professional clown for a living.
Yeah, it's funny because you're so whimsical and you're not.
Nope.
No.
Right.
I'm guiding your dragon creature.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm just like,
Come with me. I have some weird questions for Dad.
Right.
Daughter.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Incredible.
Get away from me, Bug. You're not my dad. You're not my dad.
I could be if you wanted me to.
No. Hey, Dad. No. Question.
No.
With just a really high bug.
Yeah.
So weird question.
Yeah.
Because all of this is so normal.
Right.
What sickness did I have?
Well, we were never able to get it down to a name because
Right.
no
And
one
no
had ever
cleric
seen
could-
it before. No.
No cleric could get rid of it, right?
Nope.
Describe the symptoms. I'm very smart.
I'll tell you.
never use my medicine.
Great.
It started when you began to cry an awful lot. And
Okay.
We talked at first maybe it's just a bit of colic or you're a fussy baby.
One sec. And Cream,
Yeah.
Dad needs you.
Okay. My dad?
Both.
Okay.
This dad,
That
that dad,
Mr.
that dad.
Tanburn.
Here I come.
Oh,
He's
that guy
dead.
dead.
Rest in peace to Mr.
Rest in peace. A dollar out for Mr. Tanner.
I forgot that we killed him.
Rest
Uh,
in peaches.
You killed
Mr.
him.
Tanbird.
Okay. Tell me if this sounds familiar at all. What were my symptoms?
It started when you were crying a lot, and then that progressed, and I mean crying all throughout the night. And then it progressed to where every time you'd cry, you would cry tears of blood instead of ordinary tears.
Shit.
No matter how much we fed you, you started wasting away, just withering and still crying and crying and crying.
That's one of the bad liquids that comes out, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's supposed to stay. That's the one supposed to stay inside. Yeah,
That's an inside.
that's an inside liquid.
It's a
Just check, because I know this is probably where we're going.
Yes.
Is it any similarity to what Yasmin had?
Yeah.
The sickness?
great question.
That's what Kettle's listening for.
Yeah. As a
Effie's good at medicine and
Yeah.
would like to roll a medicine check, please.
as a
Just
matter
weird
of
how
fact,
many infants keep getting a thing that
Yeah.
clerics have no idea how to explain.
And the only way to fix it is the Feywild.
Yeah.
Weird, Vince.
And then they got some sort of Fey token that kept them safe.
Good
Yeah.
thing is my fiance is very smart.
Mm.
Like a +7 to medicine smart.
roll
Wow.
history
That what?
And I
or medicine.
What's your history?
yeah. Oh no, I think
Oh.
I was just kidding.
Oh no.
No. But I took a look at Yasmin also, right? Like I rolled
You can roll medicine.
and so I know what hers was like.
Did I look at Yasmin at any point?
You did.
Yeah,
You
100%.
definitely did.
We
I
both
also
did.
roll a medicine check,
You may.
please.
Please.
You can call me Pepto Bismol.
I haven't rolled like how many rolls we got?
There
18.
we go.
We have several.
25, motherfucker.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm
17,
so
25.
smart.
18. Get up.
Sorry, 8.
Everyone should be nicer
Fuck
to
off.
Effie because she's really, really smart.
25, 18, and no.
Then no.
You're doing such a good job. It's the
For the two of you, it does not ring with any real similarity, and you can't really establish a connection there. Kai, racking your
Effie.
mind, Effie,
Thank you.
racking your...
I'm gonna need you to take us a little more seriously.
You did this, so you need to abide by it.
Yeah.
Racking your mind,
Everything.
Effie.
Thank you.
You don't recognize it as being intrinsically the same as what Yasmin was sick with, but you do recognize it as being a sickness caused by the Fae.
So I'm immediately knocking on Kai's door. Guy, get away from the door. I want to talk to my...
Yeah, no worries. I'll go to the rumpus room.
Hey.
It's called a bonus room in my head.
Okay, hey, what's that?
I'm just conveying that information.
Oh.
You're actually Effie Rain, so
Right, okay, so,
sickness. Racking up some debt.
okay, this is not, we should probably not mention it to the people at the refugee camp, that there's like another thing.
For sure.
That's not going to help us. And also it's making babies sick.
You know what? We just dealt with like Lily having like kind of a hard moment.
Yeah.
And I don't think like they make babies sick is gonna really go over very well.
It's probably not what happens
Probably
next.
not so much.
Okay. Well, can't catch a Fae break. That if it can come from the Fae, then we can fix it in the Feywilds.
Sure.
Probably. For Yasmin, but also in theory, in case it ever comes back for Poppy.
I want to add a corollary to what I said. Kai,
Yes.
could you go ahead and roll me an Arcana check
What's your Arcana modifier?
Oh Jesus, terrible.
with advantage?
Use mine.
Yeah, you
7.
With advantage.
can use either of your own stats.
Oh, and you have bardic inspiration still too.
What's
So
that
it's
bardic
a
inspiration
D10,
die?
baby. So add your own Arcana.
Okay. 26.
Nice.
Okay.
So hot and
I'm in the middle.
You're getting a
I
little.
empathize.
You're getting a little extra something.
My future wife, future husband, and future partner.
Oh my god,
Depending on the day.
You're getting a little extra something above what Kai Mind got. You're not noticing the Fae aspect, because that's largely what Kai Mind was checking for.
Sure.
You're picking up on something different. You have met Yasmin. You notice there's no distinct major similarity there.
Okay.
You've also now known Poppy for quite some time. And now that you're in your mind den of sorts, something occurs to you. It feels to you as though, while there may be the magic of the Fae involved, it operated purely as a conduit for something else. That there was a joining, a combination of powers to create whatever that effect might have been. It's a lot of information to glean from a sickness you can't directly examine.
Yeah.
So you don't know much more than that, but it feels like there was a power beyond the Fae using the Fae to produce the effect.
I'm pretty sure literally God did it.
I'm
pretty sure. Oh my god!
Poppy becomes a pillar of salt.
And like on purpose.
Wild.
Oh my god!
Pretty sure God did this on purpose.
Oh,
I believe it.
that's what I'm gleaming from this.
Okay, that's a really interesting
I just got chills over my
idea.
body. What a sentence!
Do you mind? Terribly. So now I'm a little bit too lost in your particular sauce, and I'm beginning to spiral. Would you
Ooh,
mind
you can
terribly
get lost
like
in my
that?
sauce anytime.
Okay, thank you. I will be thinking about that later. But would you
Oh
mind
my God,
terribly if I cast? I gotta get this out. I'm suffering. Can I cast various telepathic bonds and kind of get everyone in on this?
Yeah, 100%. But also, I just found out that my anxiety is stored in my body. Also,
The bond keeps the score. It's a really important bond.
yeah.
Oh.
So I'm so sorry about that. I feel amazing. Okay, yeah. We're all getting in on this.
Yeah, I
Group
cast
chat.
various
Oh,
telepathic
group chat's
bonds.
open. Oh!
Shouts up. "Hey,
Okay,
buddy."
okay.
What god?
It wasn't mine, I don't think.
No, he's super chill.
Eh.
Hey guys.
Neat!
It was a area effect?
What
Wasn't
part?
Yasmin also, was she affected particularly by the Feywild, and it was a mingling of those power, or
Because
by the Spring Wild?
Ten
specifically?
Bomb was experimenting.
But then if you were affected by the Summer Wilds, could they just be manifesting as different?
Why were you affected by the Summer Wilds before you were sick? In theory,
Right.
the sickness came in order to solve, or like the sickness came beforehand, and the Fae came in to solve. And
But that was kind of it, wasn't it, with Yasmin? As Yasmin was getting pulled more and more into the Fae and being split into was part of the problem?
That's
Or
what we
am
were
I
told.
misunderstanding?
I mean, there's probably a reason that the Fae would even take an interest in Poppy, right? I mean, like,
It's Poppy's great.
other people get
Maybe they
sick.
felt responsible.
Maybe it's part of some like terrible deal that like, look, I don't want to lay everything at Deuce
Oh!
feet, but if Duke made a deal with like a nasty god, and he was like, let's cause problems on purpose,
Perhaps
Oh my-
we can
and then you guys
bring-
get more people.
I know how to find out everyone who's infected.
How?
How?
They're on the wall.
What?
What?
Of
Sweet.
deals?
I didn't really know.
Sorry.
Deals. Okay.
When the first time I went to the castle, do you remember when we were with Ember and we all got to be in pretty dresses and suits and things?
Yeah.
Yes, we were all there.
At that castle, I
Mhm.
said, yeah, you were there.
I was there.
You looked
we
amazing.
said, I had said that I had gotten into, Ember and I got invited there sort of by, not accident, we were +1-ish because of Flair. And while we were there, we snuck into the Queen's chambers because it seemed like a good idea at the time. And on the wall, that's when I found out about what I am. And I just thought that it was like this sort of exchange program, and there was another me in the world living my life because there was a plaque, and there were so many plaques. So what if that? What if those were people keeping? Yeah. What if the Queen was keeping track of who was infected? Because some of them were dead, for sure. At least that's what I thought. Because the plaques were kind of moving, and some were thriving, and some were not thriving.
How far is the palace from here? How far have we
Your
traveled?
destination?
We're going back to the palace right now. To
No,
see-
you are not.
No, we're going to
how-
the Queen.
Yeah, how far is the palace from right here where we are right now?
It's a hot minute. You drove by
No, but-
truck for quite a
I mean,
while.
they were on the Queen's walls like a checklist, like
She might have it
like
with her.
a wall. She would have looked at these every second
So
of
she
every
might just
day.
know the list.
Yeah.
I
She
will
might be
also
able to tell
offer
us.
this to Kai. I'm speaking to Kai's mind right now.
Okay.
You.
Let me out.
There we go. You have some both actual material and instinctive familiarity with the Feywild's changeling program, as that is you. And that also ostensibly would have been Poppy, but as Poppy said, you didn't have anyone replace her. However, this does ring familiar to you as sounding like the changeling program. Now, you've never heard of anything in terms of like sickness, infections, things like that, as a matter of policy. It's not to say that it could not be the case. That's just the information you have presently.
Oh, I forgot I was like New Yorker for some reason.
Yeah.
This sounds a lot like the program through which I entered Boros.
Oh. So the first thing I thought.
No, I'm not trying to negate anything you're saying. I think it's related somehow.
Okay. So the wall probably still changeling program.
Yeah, no, the wall, big clue. We gotta get there.
Okay. Okay.
Or to the queen who has it memorized.
So hopefully Rala will be able to shed some light, but we're bringing new information.
We need her to do a lot of things for us.
Big lift.
You've been climbing the hill outside of the camp now.
Always the hill.
A lot of hills.
Why are you walking
This isn't
on
Florida.
horseback?
You never run up the stairs like that?
I do at my parents' house to this day.
Ah!
Full adult. Do you know you can just be on the dragon and you don't have to like climb? I felt your body. It's wizardly.
I am built wizardly. I will climb upon the dragon.
This
Everyone can
is
kill the dragon if you
What
want.
an incredible way to describe myself.
I
Are
am
you
now
athletic?
wizarding.
I'm built like a wizard.
Yeah.
Like a wizard.
this is not a steep grade, but it is still a sizable hill nonetheless. It's walkable. You look out over the valley of Dispossessed behind you, and further yet, the billowing smoke of war smears a glistening sky like milk poured into coffee. You climb, in tow behind Flare, and not unlike the way that air grows thinner as you increase in altitude, as you gain upward ground, the magic of the Fae actually seems to strengthen the higher you go, becoming more intense. It tingles and stings the skin almost like an allergic reaction.
Don't be with us.
To all of you except for Papala and Kisan.
Oh.
Sorry, this made me laugh because you said it stinks.
Stingles!
It stinks.
Single.
I know it stinks. Kai does not anymore.
I don't have to like anything.
And you proceed.
Pavla and Kisan, what?
Yeah, why?
Don't stink.
They do not appear to tingle or sting or react to you at all.
Oh, okay. No
you, I mean,
allergic
you because you're
reaction.
from here. The,
Yeah.
the magics of the summer wild are not really going to bug
affect
you.
you.
Oh, I should also add. Anyone else here who is summer aligned?
Yes.
You also don't feel the tangles, the tingle tangles.
Okay.
That's it.
Good.
You continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, raise your hand if you feel all tangly right now.
I do.
What? Oh.
Lily
Tangly.
also.
What does that mean?
And mom and dad.
Like
The
what
air
if
is
I-
kind of
like
ouchy.
a tingle,
no, Fleur
but
doesn't.
fucking weird.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does it feel like an allergic reaction? I'm allergic to many things. I forgot about my accent in the beginning of the sentence. I caught it halfway through. Does it feel like an allergic reaction?
I forget my accent all the time. Don't worry about it.
I feel like it's you found a new one. Maybe.
No, this one has been with me forever, probably.
Wow.
Sorry.
Beep beep.
Finally cresting the hill, you now stand at its precipice.
Oh, we're getting
Chaparral,
close.
grasses, and shrubs brush against your legs, sparking like little fireworks. And the very chlorophyll in their leaves bubbling like soda. The sky has entered into a deep burnt orange and navy blue, the closest to nighttime that the summer wilds really ever get. And yet there is a certain peace to it, a calm. Below you, little campfires alight in the refugee camp, and before you, on top of the hill, a 3-story structure that appears to be molded almost like a ceramic jug in tiers like this, with a small spout at the top from which a bit of smoke gently billows. The ceramic is fired, it appears, and gleams with the remaining light available to you.
Oh, that's definitely what she is.
So, what's the protocol here? Flare, was it?
Yeah, that's my name.
Okay. So what do we do? How do we?
It's a bit of an emergency.
Yeah.
Well, this place is all pretty well garrisoned, so we can kind of just like go in. Especially if you got me leading you there. I mean, she knows me. We go way back. I played the organ at a party.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
We'll follow your lead.
Yeah. So let's.
great.
Can you play any other instrument?
The organ, the cathedral organ, the electric organ,
Still saying the same bass word.
the
Bobby can play like 10
flute organ.
instruments.
I am a
Badly, but yeah.
No, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I do a little toot toot.
Let's go have one.
Oh, my mouth was open.
And out of nowhere, a rat starts backflipping.
Oh.
Because that's one of the things I have in my notes.
Oh
I have a wind instrument where a rat does backflips.
Flare jams a note on his portable organ, and somewhere a ladybug gets high.
Oh, real play? I pull out my pedal fiddle and make
No. No.
Everyone has to pee!
Finally!
I'm free! Play it!
Protect your sister! Yes!
Lily's has like a slow... Down, Mr. President!
Alright. Close your mouths! Close your mouths! We were so close.
This is how I'm
So
showing
close.
my faith favor.
Yes!
So what I just heard is Kettle pissed on the entire group.
Michelle.
Like a freaking sprinkler
Totally
in a suburban area. Is Brittany around? Brittany! I'm gonna pick up Brittany, the talking stick snake, and I'm just gonna say, hey, Kettle. And when you did the sprinkler with your piss, it actually made me feel pretty bad. Me too.
Brittany and the snake is singing Lucky.
Pablo, your parents don't seem to realize this is supposed to be horrifying. They assume it's a natural aspect of the Feywild. They're all just like,
Okay.
It's raining
I'm gonna let them live in that bliss. When you pee on a kettle, it makes me feel sad.
Need some eye statement.
Good night. Thanks, Brittany. Look, I know your body's going through some changes, bud, and I know there's some new pressures and liquids, but you gotta not, you can't just put them on everyone else.
Kai was right. You're dropping an I
I
statement.
cast depends.
Okay.
What? You're dropping an I statement. Kai was right.
What do you, an
Like I feel.
Oh,
Brittany says,
sorry, I've never. Oh, sorry, Brittany, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
I feel wet. Can we please Godspeed the Summer Paylord, please? Can we have the episode?
Yeah.
Inspiration for the best I statement I've ever heard in my life.
Yes!
I feel wet.
We're all wet, Paula.
You walk drippily into the building.
Drippily and tangly. I can't. Now it's not falls hotly, it's walks drippily. That's all I'm thinking. We all have to write walks drippily. Everyone's Twitter bio has to be walks drippily now because we're all doing it. Yeah.
No.
It's not weird if we're all doing it. Yes, it is.
Fine if we all do it.
Everyone change your Twitter bios.
Oh.
You enter sopping into the building.
Yeah.
The light reflecting from it still stinging your eyes. Inside, your eyes adjust quickly as it is well lit from within. Light is cast down the central flute of the jug shape, and a swirling vortex of fire runs up the length of the center, further illuminating the interior. Inside, the very same ceramic of the exterior protrudes from walls and floor to form tables, beds, cubbies, and nooks, and 2 further floors extend above you. A couple dozen of other summer fae go about their business, poring over maps, drawing sigils, working on alchemical mixtures, and peering through great spyglasses to lands beyond and into the sky. You recognize several human and elven-looking individuals, along with Dragonborn, Vulpesh, some humanoid meerkats that you saw down in the camp as well, fire elementals, and others who look like flowering birds of paradise, and guarded by a ring of humanoids with heads that look like African horned cucumbers, these big old like yellow melon type things,
Cool.
and bladed arms like the leaves of aloe vera plants. Rala, who you I think all have seen at least once up to this point.
Yes.
And we all remember it.
Of course.
The magnificent flaming centaur with a base coat of deep dark brown fur streaked with rainbow colors of every tone and pigment across her entire length, and deep golden eyes that fix on you as you walk in, settles down onto a rug on a raised platform, bathed in sunlight. What do you do?
Rala, these folks here to see you. They want to talk about some stuff with like the war and they're chill.
I've never seen anyone so casual with the queen before.
Right?
I think they've definitely been Fae engaged before. The whole room. Ooh.
Sure. We love the intrigue.
Yeah. I step forward. I do a full Fae bow. And I then stand very straight, but with a little booty tooch towards her.
Moves and butt pose.
a little bit of that, and then I just say, we've come to ask your help to defeat the Lord of Spring.
I know you, Popola, and many of you I have met before.
You come to the orphanage?
Some, perhaps more times than others.
Going to the orphanage?
You I have encountered on many an occasion now. You seek my assistance with Dew Springbloom.
Yes.
A target I can assure you I am motivated to resolve.
I would certainly hope so.
As you can see how this conflict has scoured my plane.
Yeah, you live in a jug.
Now, why do you live in a jug?
It's a really nice jug.
It's a good jug.
Okay, but still, like you
So
have
that
a whole ass palace.
This is a temporary forward encampment that is protected. The palace currently is unfortunately not safe. But right now, you stand before me seeking a way. How is it you imagine I could assist you in helping, assist you in defeating Dew in ways that I have not already attempted myself?
Thorn knew you could.
Thorn.
Thorn told us to seek you out, and honestly, I think it's going to take more than you. It's going to take the cooperation of every part of each season.
Rise together to defeat Dew.
By your tone, I infer that Thorn is not well.
They are no longer with us.
That's really diplomatic.
Thank you. I don't feel so angry anymore.
Oh, I'm
See,
going
this
to
is
check
my
into
problem.
that.
Because, like, I kind of want this to stay.
That
feels unfair, though.
Yeah.
should be allowed to do it.
We'll take a look at what happened. You get to
We'll
decide.
investigate.
Yeah,
like,
getting the whole mind back on it.
Oh!
Maybe healing the part that is angry can
That's
also
fine.
be doable.
You're right.
Just without the trickery part.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Sorry,
Well,
this isn't
I've got
about us
you.
right
Sorry.
now.
Fine. Well,
Yeah,
I've got
no.
you. Part of my brain's missing. Can I have that?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually my favorite.
Oh!
Oh!
You have one favor, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, because Effie has the other one.
I wasted it.
You use it on peeing on everyone.
Literally wasted it.
I don't
I
understand why
have
you
to
needed a
go.
fey favor to do that either.
I felt it in the moment.
So did I.
You are correct that the Fae are in debt to you. But for me to reclaim a part of your mind, not from within my own domain, I will require 2 favors.
Okay. Since we're having like a fun negotiating, put your finger away. We're having like a fun negotiating moment. We showed up here. I have a dragon. We're gonna solve your little problem because your plane, as you have so succinctly put, is being scoured. So maybe instead of 2 favors, you do it for 1 and you do it with a little smile.
My offer remains firm.
Give my brain back.
I did not take it away.
And who did?
You mucked about with the river, I assume.
Well, your plane's fucking crazy.
The river, when it misbehaves, is unfortunately not of my design. We have fixed it many times, but there is an entity who occasionally makes his home in our realm, who likes to tinker with things when those who are meant to remain vigilant are not looking.
Name him.
He calls himself Spunkle.
The fucking bee took my brain.
You gotta be in your bonnet.
A brand new sentence.
He took it, or he just breaks the river for fun?
I can assume that if he tampered with the magic of the river and it separated a part of your mind from the rest, that he has his own designs in mind.
So he could probably get it back then, right? If he's able to do it, he's able to get it back.
The bee.
I
You
could
should
certainly
know.
assume he could be encouraged to do so, yes.
Oh,
I don't know. It sounds like he was trying his best. We should probably just leave it as is.
No, now I'm worried.
All right, well, I'm going to keep my favor. Thank you so much for the information. Let's continue.
Very well.
Okay.
What if I use my favor to have her summon bee here?
No, don't worry about it.
I think that
Your accent is
We-
sketching.
we might want those for later.
Look, I'm doing great right now.
Okay. We can go. We can take care of it. We got it. We don't need
It's not that far away.
Cool.
We
You
do
are
need you
correct.
for the larger.
You are correct, Elabrit, that I alone cannot do this. It would only be by a cooperation of the Fey Lords and possibly further powers without that would enable us to pose a real and permanent threat to displace him to the degree he needs to be displaced. As perhaps some of you know, but Fey Lords cannot be killed in the traditional sense.
Go on.
And do's and must be resounding and permanent.
Okay.
You, to do this, will, I'm afraid, need to walk the inevitable path through all 4 seasons of the Fae. You must yourselves be steeped in their energies, and you must convince the lords of each to offer a part of their power, a boon that will enable you to rise up and resist Do
Do you offer yours?
We've got one, right?
I offer mine without contest or question.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I trust you. I know all of you, perhaps more than you realize. And
You
I
gotta
know
explain that. What
Yeah,
does
you
that
actually
mean?
like looked right at me when you said that, which is
Yeah, that's a
not-
little wild.
I
I'm not
can't
sure if
help
he was doing
you
the
sit at the
thing
end of
again.
the table.
right. I'm not sure if he's doing the thing again or.
Well, you do have like a whole like heart like on fire, so maybe it makes the eye sort of travel.
Oh, is that why everyone keeps saying?
Yes.
It's why we all keep
Apologies.
staring.
Oh. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Do you imagine that any of your peers will be resistant to helping us? Do you have any advice for us to make our way as easy, simple, maybe direct as it was with you?
I would caution you only this. Twofold. The first being that for this to work, you will need a boon from Do as well.
Wild.
How you are to achieve that is a conundrum, but as a Fey Lord, for this to work, he must in some even tiny way consent to his own displacement.
Maybe we could act nicely.
The second caution I give you is this. The remaining 2 Fey Lords, Thyrum Autumn Dance and Zermaya Winterchill, are not
You know that.
are not unable to be negotiated with. However, Thyrum can be mercurial and chaotic.
I've heard that.
His needs and dispositions can change very quickly, and Zermaya is very firm in her ways. She is resolved in her viewpoints and may take more convincing than most.
Okay, watch your tone.
Well, Fire owes me a thing or two, and I have no qualms about calling any of those things in.
And I have some ideas if winter is difficult.
No, I.
Okay, again, watch your tone. She's great.
Okay, good.
Cool, thank you. Hey, can I have some like daggers? Like little cool, like flame daggers?
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, my moon.
Oh, okay.
I remembered, sort of, all of our noses are gonna bleed. But our original photo shoot, my character had some daggers in their art, and
Yeah.
that never really got explained. So let's
happening.
go ahead and pay that shit off
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah,
Can I
yeah.
have some cool
It's
summer
been an
daggers?
opening.
Thank you.
She reaches down and grabs like a handful of 5 fiery-looking daggers. And
Oh, that's so nice. Ooh. Put them in my pocket. We did it. We're the art from the photo shoot now.
Yay! Last shot. Yeah.
I would be
God.
remiss if I did not tell you that when you walk the inevitable path,
That was the name of an episode.
it was the first one. Your time will pass much differently than it would in your world.
Yeah, we know Faye.
There is a small difference, however. Not only will time in Boros pass more quickly than it does for you, but your bodies will feel that passage of time. Even if your minds do not, you will physically age throughout the entire journey to match the time you lost in the material world.
Do you know how much faster time goes here?
I cannot tell you for certain, but by the Boba's confessional, it's already been a hot minute.
Really? We'll feel it when we get back, or we'll feel it in real time?
You will feel it as you travel.
That's why I've been making dad noises.
That's the reason.
You will arrive back in Boros, should you ever be able to return, much older than you left. It is good Chirp is not here.
He would be dust.
Yeah.
What if we just stay here after, instead of getting old and dying?
But don't we still get old and die? Aren't we like reflecting it in here? Like ourselves?
You will age in here as well.
If you die in the game, you die in real life.
Oh boy.
It is the price you pay to walk this path.
Death isn't so bad.
Since we're gonna die, probably get very old.
And die very quickly.
Yeah.
I'm immortal.
That changeling wall
That doesn't.
in your office.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Yes, the change.
Why the fuck do you guys do that?
I have abandoned the program. Initially, it was a way to bolster our forces for a coming conflict.
It came.
Another, I'm afraid. However, despite the urgings of those to whom I answer, I have decided to neglect the program going forward, as I can no longer live with the morality of stealing children from their beds and depriving them of a normal life.
Hang on. Those that you answer to? Who do you answer to? You rule the plane.
Everyone has advisors.
They told you literally God did
God.
it. Yeah. That's what I was looking for, man.
There are voices I heed as well.
Shouldn't listen to him.
So the sickness. Were you causing the sickness?
And she looks you up and down for a moment and leans, craning the top half of her centaur body down to you. And gives you a forehead kiss.
Oh, yes, my queen.
Oh my god. I want to see some of the lower.
And you feel her reach out and grab something, almost like a little piece of your aura or something, pulls it,
Give
and
it back.
Yeah, I asked.
Do I still smell like that?
Like you're bleeding from
Do I
the
stink?
eyes?
I've been hanging out with Kai.
I don't smell like anything anymore.
your sickness was not of my design. It seems as though an infernal deal was struck.
Infernal.
A dark arrangement was made.
Yeah, I know the word infernal. It's weird.
I will investigate that deeper myself as well.
Thank you.
In the meantime,
I actually have one more question.
yes.
Obviously we're all going to age the people from Boros. That doesn't apply to Kai, does it?
Oh,
Because you're from here. Like this is how time works for you.
that's a very good point.
I just
What's
wondered.
up?
By walking the inevitable path, in a way, you are.
You keep saying that in a way that implies that it's capitalized.
It is.
I can hear it.
You are.
Not the letters you think.
You are.
Sniff my aura.
You are choosing a side, in a sense. You are aligning yourself with the mortal cause, with the human, material cause you are championing. You will age along with your friends.
Easiest decision I've ever made.
With that in mind, and she reaches down, and you see as she appears to grip one of her painted rainbow stripes, a pink one, and peels it off of her fur. It looks like it still has the texture of fur, but now where that spot is, it's just her normal brown fur instead.
Where's Stripe gone?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She reaches over
Tattoo.
to Ella,
Oh.
and she lays the stripe onto your shell. And lays the stripe onto your shell. And you see, well, the rest of you do, unless Ella can be like, you see as it sets into your shell and creates like this crescent moon pink glistening pattern. It matches the texture, the shine, the appearance of your shell, but now with this sort of pink overlay upon it.
We match.
Did Ella just get a fucking cutie mark?
Yeah. What does that do?
That is my boon.
Oh.
It will enable you to have an ounce of strength and authority over do that you did not have before. But like I said, without the others, it will not alone be enough.
Okay, so we're sort of stacking them all on you.
Alright.
I'm okay with that.
Don't die.
I can't make that promise.
You can. You just say it. It's called manifesting.
At least until the end of this.
Say it. Say I won't die.
Say it.
We will never
Kai
die.
does it all the time. Kai's always like, you can't kill me. I can't die.
100%.
And so far, so good.
What? Do you want to die? Is that why you won't say it?
I don't know. I mean, we're all rapidly aging.
Yeah,
You
we
get
don't
this
mean just
sooner
like
than
at the
later.
end. We just mean like don't die before we do the thing.
No, this is
you're
an
right.
important
No,
thing.
you're
Because,
right.
no. Because now we're bypassing it. Because I've been watching you for years now. How long has any of this been? Who could fucking say? For the amount of time we've been together. And you are rapidly, in my estimation, sorry, I can't pull a punch. That part of my brain is gone. Losing a will to go on. You lost a lot of friends. And all of those parts of your heart have been filled with a fucking ton of anger.
Just look at Lily and look back.
And I have some friends left to save.
And after?
I have seen some glimpses of a possible future that could be mine. And I'm getting more familiar with it.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't
Like,
know.
are we all doing like a cryptic thing? Like, I know you're a cleric, but you don't have to talk all fucking weird like a god. Like, I'm not gonna say what's in my fucking heart because I'm.
Every time I try to
saying
talk
this.
about this place directly, it makes me talk about it in circles.
What?
I, in plain view of you, reach in my jumpsuit and take out the necklace, and I blow the Morn horn at you.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Is it guilt or
The
regret?
thing that you most regret.
You have seen a lot of very dark secrets already from Ella.
Yeah. What's the deepest? That doesn't need you to talk, feel it.
Yeah, I think you'll get to see the moment where she was convinced that she was going to give up, and the moment that she wavered in her quest for vengeance and felt that like softness again, which was in this like place that feels very in between, and she was surrounded by these like blue butterflies. Were they blue butterflies? Do you remember? And there was a person there sitting on a bench who was waiting for her and knew that she would be back. It's like very like almost intangible, but there was a lot of like emotion and just like struggle. You feel like Ella feels as though she is being torn to pieces, and as though she is giving up and letting down all of the people that she's lost by choosing something that might be a like softer end for her, or softer future for her.
Just put it back.
Well, anyway, she just threw it at you. We don't really know what went down from there, so it's kind of a pregnant pause.
I mean, hey, if we're all getting super old and then going home, I heard that they were rebuilding that nursing home. What was the one that got destroyed? That was the stand.
Oh, the one I had my first
Die
job
Where I Stand.
at. I die where I stand.
Yeah, I heard that was getting rebuilt.
That's nice.
I don't know. If we're all gonna get old.
Oh, we can all just retire?
Yeah.
That'd be cute. Okay.
I have one last thing before you depart to say to another of you. And she turns her gaze to Kisan.
Mm-hmm. That's an NPC. What the fuck you want to say to him?
A what?
No, you're getting damage for that one. That's 8 points of nosebleed damage.
I negate it with my dollar.
Kisan, it is important for you now to be honest with your friends and to embrace the power and the changes that you are experiencing if you are to succeed here. To be unafraid.
And you see Kisan definitely seems to know what she's talking about.
Sure.
Yeah, we already had this conversation earlier. The pills and the bugs. We did it.
Yes, I'm sorry, friends. I've been feeling changes since I arrived in the wild. Less pissy.
Felt judgment.
It was.
Interesting.
I've been feeling changes since I arrived in the wilds, and but my mind remained my own, but my body,
bragging.
my body and my abilities have been in flux. At first, I was worried that because of the ritual of spring I'd gone through and you saved me from, that maybe this was it going the rest of the way, and that in time maybe I would have been lost to the Fae. I didn't tell you, and that was wrong. But I do think I understand why I'm here now, and I should not be afraid. And he reaches out as if for your hands.
I take it.
Right.
Dad's got you, bud.
I'll take Papa's hand.
Thanks.
Not hers.
Kisan holds your various hands. You hold each other's.
Yeah.
And you see as he takes a deep breath, you feel as though he's sucking all the air out of the room in this massive gust inward. And it feels as though something he's been trying desperately to hold back, to fight, to keep contained, is finally being allowed to exist, to come out. His robes begin to swirl and twist in yellows, oranges, and brown. He exhales, and a swirling gale fills the room. His body opens, and you watch as his form dissolves into 1,000 colorful leaves of maple and oak, encompassing all of you and blocking out your vision. Your bodies strain to retain their shape, their cohesion, and in minutes, the gale begins to die, and you find you are somewhere new entirely. Winds tease the canopies of 1,000 ever-wilting trees. Great gusts course with beautiful color against the backdrop of a sky that is all of day and night and cloudy and clear. The very earth beneath you shifts and changes. Mountains rise and fall. You have set foot into the autumn wilds, and you have gained a level.
Yay! Did
But-
Kisan die to give us a level?
He reforms behind you.
He's how we go to all of the wilds.
But
A wild walker.
before we wrap up for tonight, I'd like to ask, with your permission, Abria, we have one final confessional remaining, and I wanted to save it for the perfect moment. Would you be willing to confessional us out as Brittany the Snake? Let's get her thoughts on today's adventure.
Oh, yay, Brittany!
Brittany the Snake confessional in 3, 2.
I really was thinking I was going to do some kind of like Instagram rants. Now that I'm free Brittany. I don't have hands. What am I doing? It's been so nice to be a little talking stick for this group. First, I thought they were going to burn me as a little campfire, and then I was like, no, I'm going to be a talking stick. And truly, everything they've been going through, I appreciate. I've been doing a lot of self-therapy, and I appreciate that they use a lot of I statements. And honestly, I think this group is doing really well. I don't know what they're doing or why, or really anything to do with, they just seem so stressed out all the time, but I'm really enjoying my time, and I think I'm going to stay. I think I'm a part of this campaign, and any future confessionals would have to be Vince Casso, who I can see and I do know is real. Has to do it. Anyway, please stream me on Spotify. Let's bring Brittany back to the top. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, bitches.
And that is where we are ending for tonight. Thank you all for joining us for that wild ride. Y'all are incredible, just killing it out there. Before we leave you for tonight, let's go around and real quick tell everybody who we are, who we've been, and where to find us.
Hello, hi, I'm Sage Ryan, and I have been Effie, and sometimes a little bit Kai, and occasionally Peaches if you're nasty. At Not Sage, you can find me here on this channel for all kinds of shows, including Salt and Serpent on Sunday.
Hi, I've been Poppy Popula and Pop and Papa and Big Baby Baba Booty. You can find me online everywhere at Pocket Gina. I do things and fun stuff. I love you, and I'll see you next time.
Yay! Hi, Labria Iyengar. You can follow me on social media at Quiddy, Quidie. I guess I don't have to spell it anymore. You know.
Yeah, but it's part of the ritual.
It's part of it.
It doesn't get cast if you don't do it.
Do all parts of it. You can catch me on Salt and Serpent on Sundays. You can also catch me currently on Critical Role playing Deanna, who is truly just Judy the Black. Look at the art. I accidentally made Gina and then walked into a room and went, it's Gina. So anyway, I'm playing her and it's going real good.
Big
so
time,
watch that.
save lives, everybody.
Yeah!
I'm Xander Generate, who is Kettle, your barbarian, who's discovering aspects of himself and letting go of others.
Oh, we all discovered some aspects of you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what was happening tonight.
You like pigs.
Don't be sorry.
This is
Don't
my
be sorry.
favorite
It's
kettle, by the way.
It's beautiful, truly.
Anyway.
You felt comfortable enough to let yourself shine.
Yeah, I guess.
You felt comfortable enough
We
to
were
let yourself
all
do a lot of
glistening
stuff.
by the end.
Okay, thank you so much for
You can
that.
find me everywhere else at Xenerific with 2 hours. Ah, a little squisher.
That's what we're gonna call you.
I stream and stuff.
Oh, it's me. Hi, I'm Kaylee Bray. You can find me on the internet at Hop Barbarian and also on Sunday for Salt and Serpent, where I am the captain of the ship.
Hey! You want the talking stick?
With the talking squidge.
Yeah,
Oh, was that
do
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your turn.
hi, what's up, y'all? I'm Vince Casso. I've been your DM for tonight, and I never know what my energy
It
is.
got so bassy. You're like,
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I'm doing lots of fun stuff. Check me out on the socials. I'm doing a lot of cons this year, so I'll post all that stuff on Twitter. But in the meantime, y'all are great. Never change. Have a good night. I love you.
We'll see you on the Patreon after show.
Yeah, see you
if
on
you're
that
there.
Yeah, check that talk back, baby. We'll see you then.
Bye. Bye.